Welcome back to the Living Good with Jacob Living Good podcast, episode 54 today. I want to start with an apology because it's been 6 months since I recorded my last episode. I got busy. I hate the word busy. It's an acronym that stands for buried under Satan's yoke. I've been busy building a life, a meaningful, intentional, specific life. I've been doing pretty good, and we'll talk about that later. I think this is the best place to start season 2 because now we're going to be bringing on guests to share their subject matter expertise. And today we have a phenomenal guest that I'm extremely excited to bring you. Not only is she a doctor, she's a doctor of timelines, the founder of the Aura Maxing Method. This is Dr. Marianne Serbyn. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, so I want it to be conversational. The number one thing for me that is a win for this is I just want value to be provided. I want people to take away from this something that is maybe connect some dots for them that they haven't pieced together yet. And that's a win. Also, one rule, just don't hold back. Okay.
Yeah, I will try my best to not hold back.
Or at least mostly don't hold back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. For starters, who are you, and what are you about? What's your journey been since you became a meaningful specific?
You know, it's very hard to describe myself, but I will try my best. Do you ever resonate with it being hard to put yourself in a definition?
I hate being in boxes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'm like super multifaceted,
Yes.
so it's hard to pick one.
That's how I feel, being multidimensional. And once you tap into who you truly are and go within, you find all these other parts of yourself. So on the outside, I am an eye doctor, optometrist. Some people don't know what optometrist is, so I like to say eye doctor, but that is what my career is in the matrix. But my true passion is to be an entrepreneur, so I've been kind of building my business on the side for the past couple of years. It really started in like end of 2024 is when I was like, damn, I really want to have my own business. I just have always had a passion for business. As a kid, I had like little businesses at my house. Dragonfly Savers was my first business. I had a business card. Like, I just love business.
What was Dragonfly Savers?
Just
what was that?
saving dragonflies out of the pool in Minnesota, and I had a business card, and my sister was the
Wait, that's lit.
employee. Yeah, I had Mayor's Massages. I had a restaurant. I had a newspaper. I just love business.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of sad that like I didn't do that when I was in college. Like, I didn't really think of that. I just ended up on, but I love the path. You know, everything happens for a reason.
100%.
And so I'm really happy that I'm an optometrist. I really love helping my patients, but obviously, like, you can have different passions and pursue multiple things. And so my goal is to do both and work on my business on the side like I've been doing. And yeah, I'm trying to think of how else to describe myself. I'm kind of an interesting person. People have
More
always
than interesting.
Yeah.
You're exuberant.
People have always just been like, you are just kind of, you know, strange. So, and I am strange, but I like being strange. And, you know, I also produce music. I want to be a DJ. I have a lot of different passions.
You know, the idea of strange or weird,
Yeah.
initially, the etymology behind it was that, like, that's someone who's, like, extremely awake, aware, conscious, and incapable of being programmed.
Yes,
So,
I love that.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
Very incapable of being programmed. From a young age, I would not listen. I was always breaking the rules, and I think that that's a good thing, to not go with what people say, even though it looks bad to not listen to your parents, but to follow what you feel is right, I think is something that is very important to me, even when it's not something people accept. So talking about things and
by the normal's perspective, you know, when you're talking about game theory, we're in the triangle of everything that is. We're the schizos.
Yes.
And then there's the
Yes.
normies and
Yes.
the psychos. Okay?
Yes, you know about that.
Yes, of course I
Yes.
do. So you
Yes.
put two
So-
schizos together to tell the normies about the psychos.
Yes, which is funny because I literally years ago would say, like, people would call me schizo on my TikToks because I started just being myself on TikTok and posting things that I knew would look crazy to people, but I didn't care. I knew I needed to say it. I got so many comments calling me schizo, people telling me to take my meds. And I remember I made a video one time. Thanks for calling me schizo. That's a compliment. Like, I love being a schizo because what it really comes down to is you are very good at pattern recognition.
Yes.
And also beyond pattern recognition, you just know. Sometimes you just know. You can see through it. You can sense the vibe of things without needing any evidence.
If you're paying attention to everything and like you're locked in, you're not programmed, and you're doing the work, the internal work that 99% of people aren't willing to do, I mean, it's pretty evident just by the metrics there. 99% of people are going to think you're a cuckoo. You're off the reservation, bro.
Yes.
So it's actually a compliment for sure.
It is.
So the way I did an episode on this, and it's like I got it from Ty Lopez back in the original 67 Steps when he did the Here in My Garage back in like 2013. But the sort of ecosystem I use for breaking down how to win in life is health, wealth, love, and happiness to be achieved in that order.
I love that.
I want to touch them briefly before we go down the rabbit hole, so to speak. Let's touch health. Obviously, you're a doctor, so eye care is super important. How about fitness? Where are you with that, and how does that play into your personal and business development journey?
Fitness is so important to me. I work out every single day almost, and I try to get over 10K steps every day.
You did 10 steps just now.
10K steps every day I love moving around. I think it's very important to stay active, and not just for your physical, like how you look, but mental health, everything.
Yeah.
Staying very active. So I like to go to the gym. I like to lift weights. I like to do incline walks. And then I really like going to a yoga studio and doing hot yoga, hot Pilates, different workouts like that.
What about touching grass?
Oh, that's very important. Every morning.
Yes. We're electromagnetic beings, and we hold a positive ionic charge.
Yes.
So by touching. So these, my bed sheets are they're
I've been
connected
wanting
to the
to
ground.
get those.
So fire.
Do you notice?
My inflammation's super down.
Wow.
I sleep way more restfully, and like overall, I mean, maybe it's placebo, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah,
I've been wanting to try those.
They're awesome. You should. Guess where I got them?
Where? TikTok shop.
Yes. No. So even if it is placebo, let's talk about that, because when it comes to like talking about quantum leaping and timeline jumping, the placebo effect is probably the craziest thing ever. You put a closed group study, blind study, and some of them get sugar pills, and they're told that, oh, this is this miracle thing that's going to do something great for you, and then some of them get actual medication, and they're like, oh, this is poison. And then the people that got the medication get sick, and the people that were having sugar pills, like, they're miraculously healed. It's the power of their mind.
It's because we are all, like, everything is projected from the mind.
Yes.
And so that makes total sense that if you expect something to happen, you know, you're going to get a different outcome.
Yes, that's in the Bible. As a man thinketh, so shall he become.
Yes.
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 Also, before we go on to health, we'll do wealth. Christ is king.
Christ is king.
In the most anti-Semitic way possible.
Yes, Christ is king. We should all try to live in alignment with Christ.
Yes. How do you think about the going super down the religious rabbit hole? How do you think about the second coming? Is this like Jesus Christ in the flesh coming back to, you know, finish preaching what he already technically finished, or is this like something that's referring to quantum ascension with the collective humanity reaching Christ consciousness?
The second is what I've always believed. I don't think he's coming back the way that people think, but I'm not going to say he's not. I'm not, you know, I don't want to say, oh, he's not, because that would be great.
Yeah.
But I believe that we are all meant to go within and access the Christ embodied template because he said, you will do greater things than I do.
Yes, he did say that.
And he was showing us that we all have that Christed template. I have chills right now. That's when, you know, I'm getting confirmation. We can all activate higher DNA strands and live in alignment with him. Like, wow, I'm getting chills. It's crazy. And that's what one of my biggest missions is on this planet, is to teach people how to do that, because that's the path that I've been on without realizing for years now. Just trying to become the clearest vessel for the God spark to come in.
Yes.
Because we all have the God spark within us.
Yes.
And we're all at different levels of how much we access that. And so that's what I think the second coming of Christ is. It's going to be a lot of us doing it until hopefully everyone chooses that path. As the years go on, people say Earth is shifting to 5D.
Dolores Cannon with the 3D,
yeah,
5D
there's
split.
all of that, which
So when I get the chills, right?
Yep.
And you hear something you get a download, and it's something that super resonates. You get the chills, and then you get I call them, they're goosebumps, but I call them angel bumps.
I call them God bumps sometimes.
Okay,
angel
nice.
bumps, God bumps. Yeah.
Yes. How does someone who's just like tapping in with themselves, trying to figure all this out, how do they position themselves best to be in a space and place where they can receive downloads and get angel bumps and really get in tune with divine intervention in their own consciousness?
Yeah, that's something for me. It happened gradually over years of just finding myself going inward more and more. Like after optometry school, during optometry school, studying nonstop, I had my nightly routine where I would have 20-30 minutes to lay in stillness, and then throughout the day I would try to find time in nature. But that's the more you find stillness and go within, the more that's going to become a normal thing for you. you know, it's really hard to figure out, like, I want to retrace my steps and figure out how I got to the point of being such an open channel. There's so many things, though. It's like, it comes down to health, purifying your vessel, eating better. All of those things make it possible for more of the divine to come into you. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to, like, I want to teach people, though, how to get to this point. So it's like, I'm trying to download, like, backwards what I did.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That's why you got to document the whole way
Yes,
along.
and I have journals that go years back. And my TikTok that just got banned has my whole journey. I was so different.
You got banned?
Yeah. I was so different. Second time. I was so different when I first started. I remember I made a video in 2022 and I was on the balcony. I'm like, guys, you have to sit still and just turn everything off. And I was like this. I'm like, I can't do it, guys, but you have to. And fast forward to now, I'm like a completely different person but I like my TikTok shows how I was back then, showing the beginning stages.
Yeah.
So now that TikTok is gone completely. I might be able to get it back.
What happened?
I started speaking up about things that they do not like you to speak up about, just like last time.
Who's they? You know how I started?
Yeah.
You know how I started with saying I'm busy, buried under Satan's yoke as an acronym?
Yeah.
They is also an acronym, and it stands for the hierarchy imprisoning you or enslaving you.
Yeah.
Which is like low-key fire.
Yeah, and you can like define they as many things. I've made videos about who is they. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that could, you know, we could go down a lot of different rabbit holes. But at the core, if you really want to say, make it simple, they is Satan.
Yes.
If you really want to make it simple.
Yes.
But
the first sin was not, I mean, if you really study your Bible and you know it, the first sin was not committed by Eve in the garden. It was actually committed by Lucifer in heaven. It was pride when he thought he could be greater than God, and then rebelled against God, and the war in heaven happened, and he took 33% of the angels with him, and they were banned from heaven and fell to where? Where did they go? They went here. The 3D is the devil's playground.
Yes. Some say it's like, you know, it's like the lowest version. Have you heard that when it's like they say it's basically hell?
Yes. Basically, but we are made in the image of God,
yes.
And we have free will, and we have the choice. I like the, you know, from Emperor's New Groove with the little angel and devil thing on their shoulders. I like the etymology of like, it's like your consciousness, your conscious awareness is God. It's the Holy Spirit in you speaking to your cerebellum, and then Satan's on your other shoulder telling you all sorts of fleshly things.
Yes.
And you kind of just get to pick which one you're going to listen to,
yes.
and the branch of timelines that you're constantly shifting from change based on your decision making.
That's exactly the way I see it.
Yes.
I made a video about that one time, like how there's, you know, you're kind of getting different nudges.
So if you're listening to the devil, and you're like, as far as, I mean, if we're charting on an XYZ graph and you're just like going down, can you be too far down a negative timeline, or is it never too late to make fundamental change in your character and start ascending?
I think anyone can make the choice to go on the right path.
I do too.
I do. And could we say that about people that eat babies? Maybe they could too.
People eat babies?
I mean, there's some that do.
All right, should we go there?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, buckle up, guys.
What is going on in the world? Okay, I'm. Oh my gosh. So I have a job too.
I'm sick of it. I am so sick of it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to not let it take over my life because I'm very passionate about the world and helping the world. But
yes. Well, because like,
sick of it.
Okay, I hate that the Forever Magas like took this phrase, but like, oh, he's playing 5D chess.
Oh yeah.
Game theory does exist, okay.
At one point, I was hoping that because I'm always going to hope for the best case scenario.
I voted for Trump.
I voted for him too, and people will cancel me
fell for it again, bro.
If anyone wants to, I'm going to just make this clear right now. If people want to say like, oh, fuck you for voting for Trump, I don't care, okay? Because back then, he was clearly the better choice.
100%.
You have to admit.
100%.
And so I don't, you know, people like will really get upset.
Donald Trumpstein.
Say you vote. Yeah, because I mean, you zoom out and you see different things. I mean, you see, Kamala said she was literally going to change nothing.
Yeah.
I remember, like, from what we had in the previous administration.
Yes.
Either way, back, you know, we thought, okay, Trump's a businessman. He's not a typical politician. We all fell for it, and he was clearly, you know.
Well, in the 2016, presidential debates, he made it very clear that he was not for sale. He didn't need their money.
Yeah.
He'd never take donor money.
Exactly.
And then we come to find he took more
yes,
than
he took,
$200 million.
I think it was like 200. Yeah.
It was $237 million.
From the
AIPAC.
Israel lobbyists.
Yeah. Which, by the way, left turn, but same rabbit hole, okay? Gaddafi, JFK, Uncle A, the Austrian
Uncle
painter.
A.
Let's see, who else? Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
All these guys that, I mean, and it's weird. Maybe you're like, why is JFK, a great American president, grouped in with those guys?
Yeah.
They all did one very specific thing, which was they were nationalists that were trying to seek better for their country by removing a order of individuals, that have totalitarian control of financial supplies.
Yes. Sound familiar?
I mean, who could it be?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Okay, and so, yes, and actually JFK, exactly 7 days before his assassination, said in a speech, I've come to recognize a plot that is to enslave every man, woman, and child in this country, and by the time I leave this humble and noble office, yeah, me too.
Holy shit.
By the time I leave this humble and noble office, I will expose it. And also at the same time, he was lobbying Israel, Ben Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel. He was lobbying them to have sanctions and full access and ability to monitor their nuclear arms facilities, as they were in the nuclear race trying to develop nuclear technology. And they actually set up fake nuclear plants to have U.S. representatives tour. And then JFK said, he finally pulled the trigger and said, I'm defunding you. We're not funding you anymore until this is handled. And he sent a letter. Ben Gurion resigned. Second prime minister came in, and then what happened to the last real president that didn't kiss the wall?
Yeah,
bro.
The only one that didn't kiss the wall. He's got maxed out aura.
Yeah, he's super aura. All right, I want to stay on this rabbit hole. We'll come back, but I want to talk about aura farming. Okay, aura maxing.
Yeah.
What is this? Like, charisma? Is it just charisma, or is it something more?
More.
Okay.
So aura is your energetic field. So you can't, there's a lot that you can't see. I talked about this on my last podcast, how the human eye can only see like 0.002% of the electromagnetic spectrum. And a lot of people still don't believe in energy, but they believe in Wi-Fi and 5G and all these things, but they don't think that there's energy. A lot of people just think the physical reality, tangible things is all there is. But your aura, everyone has an aura, everyone has an electromagnetic field. We are so much more powerful than we think.
Yes.
Everyone is literally like a walking, energetic, people don't realize how powerful we really are. And our aura to max out your aura is really just to have your energy field as radiant as possible, as filled with the divine, with Christ as possible. You are just clear. You're a clear channel for the divine. That's what aura maxing is to me.
Yeah. So you're familiar with the scales of consciousness?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people are misrepresented that they think love is the highest scale of consciousness. It's
authenticity.
It's radical authenticity and self-acceptance.
Yes.
So being fully in self-expression, that's it.
Yes, and that's why aura maxing, I'm making a series of courses. I know some people say, courses,
course sellers are scammers.
Which, I mean, how else do I provide this information? I did a course on online business. It helped me so much.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to shit on courses, go ahead. But how else do you provide value in a way that makes it easy? I love going through the course and learning.
Yeah, I want to touch that. I rage bait the negative commenters all the time, which, by the way, they're all NPCs. They're not even real people. They're Jewish programmed bots.
Yeah, I've seen
they are.
Yeah.
But no, so I have a course, I have a program that I teach Amazon Influencer, which is UGC, and then I expand that into personal brand development and TikTok Shop. And I bring them into Media Labs, which we'll touch on that briefly.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because it's people are like, yo, you're a snake oil salesman because you're selling information. If you were really about it, you just do the business instead of teach people. And I'm like, bro, one, that's so stupid. Two, I make more money doing the business.
Yeah.
Three, I have a skill set that I can literally teach you how to make thousands of dollars a month in less than 90 days. And my time is very valuable because I have my own things going on. So I'm supposed to just take time out of my day to nurture you and hold your hand the whole time for free? That makes no sense.
No.
Plus, from a psychological perspective, same information, two people, one gets it for free, one pays for it. The person that paid for it is going to value it a lot more and then execute on that information.
Facts.
But that's the positive side, playing devil's advocate. The reason why that stigma exists It's because there are a lot of people out there that rent Lamborghinis and Airbnbs, okay, and they go out and they have 50 changes of clothes.
Yeah.
And they go film a course on a bunch of fugazi garbage that they don't actually do.
Yeah.
Trying to FOMO people in and look at how nice my lifestyle is, buy my course.
Yeah.
Those people exist. But you can tell if someone's real or a shyster just based on how like they present themselves. Like me, my highlights on social media, fortunately I have not, I've been threatened to be banned by ByteDance and Meta, but
wow.
I haven't actually been banned. I'm not as cool as you. Maybe I'm just like a little more self-censoring, which I hate. But
yeah, maybe I should cut back on.
No, you shouldn't. I think you should go harder.
Yeah, I'm going 10 times harder now.
Okay, it's gonna be fun. But like my highlights go back 9 years, and I've been just giving away the sauce, like not selling anything. So like you can see that, you see the trajectory, and you're like, okay, he's actually legit. He's doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate that whole stigma of course sellers are all scammers.
You're providing value, and
100%.
selling is serving. And I hate that there's such a negative connotation for selling when it's providing value in the way that people can really change their life with.
Yeah, not to mention, oh wait, keep going.
I don't really know what I was gonna say.
It's okay, you know. Not to mention, like part of my incubator, because my goal this year, which by the way, what is it, April 17th? Yeah. I'm so far behind, I'm at like 15 people, I'm at 16 people, and then after you, I'll be at 17. My goal is to help 1,000 people make $1,000 a month in perpetuity through the Amazon Influencer Program this year.
Wow.
I'm at 17.
You got this.
I got this.
Because
I'll
never underestimate how fast things can shift.
100%. Yes. Amen. I love that. And that's with quantum timeline jumping. We'll touch it. I want to. But all my students, like they paid me, first they paid me free. First 5 were free. Then it was $4.97. Then it was $9.97. And every single one of them that was local, some of them were on the internet and I have not actually met them, but everyone that was local, I was like, yo, come to my house. And they paid me like say $497. I gave them $6,000 of stuff for free to start reviewing. So it's like, did I scam you out of $500 to try and teach you some artificial thing, or did I just like change your life radically?
A skill for life that they have
and like they've messaged me voice notes crying, and they're like, dude, like I'm making $800 a month. I've never made money on the internet, and I've literally like I'm making as much as a bi-weekly paycheck at my job passively, and you taught me how to do this in 60 days. I find more value personally. I get more angel bumps and more satisfaction from that than my financial breakthroughs in my own business, because changing other people's lives is a lot cooler than changing yours, because it helps you quantify your like the level of impact you're having. It's hard to really feel the impact until it like shines back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, changing people's lives is really the best feeling.
100%.
I love when people like DM, like when I post something that I thought was like weird or embarrassing, when people say that's what I needed to hear. That's why I do it. Yeah. I just push through the cringe, you know, looking like my old TikTok, there's lots of cringe, and even to this day there's a lot of cringe, but you can't let it stop you. Yeah. Because it's not, you got to just put your ego aside. If we're always concerned about how others are perceiving us, we're not going to get a whole lot done. Yeah. Yeah, we'll publish up 60 gigabytes of drafts, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yes, I think that's beautiful. How do I timeline jump? So, I think that's a very complex topic, and I've been trying to just over time really just keep aligning with the highest version of myself. Okay. And so you just have to kind of start like really shifting your mind first. Mm-hmm. And so aiming yourself where you want to go, you set your intentions of what you want to do. So like for many years now, I've had these intentions of like being a online business owner and all of these different things. And then your subconscious just kind of starts, because all of our subconsciouses are connected. Yes. You start finding little things happening. Like I always have wanted to, you know, speak on stages and stuff. And here I am doing my first like in-person podcast. That to me is like a big step. By the way. Thanks. A big step in the right direction. So timeline jumping, you know, I'm not like an expert at it, but I think you just have to really start moving like the person you want to be. Yes. And I do a lot of journaling too. But not fake it till you make it. Yeah. Face it till you make it. Yes. And keep pushing through. Embodiment. Yeah. Yeah. Keep pushing through, and it's tough. You know, it can be tough sometimes when you're like a beginner entrepreneur. Yeah. You know how it is, the beginning stages, isolation, all of that, but you have to lock in. What's really hard for me personally where I'm at, because I've been doing this 8.5 years, I have two startup exits. One was not so favorable. And I have 837,000 followers across all my platforms. And like my biggest fans, we met on the internet, okay? The people that believe in me the most are
random strangers.
Yes.
Okay, because people judge you based on where they met you in your journey. Okay, and my biggest, and I hate to say haters. I love my friends and family. I love them.
Yeah.
But they're the one because they've known me my whole life.
Same.
And so they're close. They're comfortable with you, and they make little passive side aggressive digs. That is like it's like there's got undertones of like, hey yo, you're like being like rude and disrespectful kind of.
Exactly.
And so and on the days where you're vibrating really high and you're just like you're like low key like tipping the scales of or maxing. Yeah, you're up there. You're like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. But on the days where you're a little lower vibrational frequency and your belief in yourself's waning a little bit, those little pointed things hit hard.
You're more susceptible to their projections.
Correct.
And sometimes people can consider like, those people unconscious matrix agents. Have you heard of that?
Yes,
Not that they actually are.
That your family was assigned to you?
Yeah,
yes,
people,
yes.
yeah. And I've had a lot of issues in the past of like, things like that where I think I seemed, too different, like I was changing too fast and it would just, I say a lot of controversial things.
Are you the black sheep in your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I think, people, it makes them uncomfortable sometimes when they see you changing so much, and also if they don't understand what you're tapping into when it comes to spirituality. Like, it kind of, you just have to push through and keep, realize that you need to just stay true to yourself no matter what people think about you. It's funny how our haters, they're not haters, but it does feel like my biggest supporters are people they're resonating on that frequency, so they are so much more supportive. Like,
they see you for as you are
yes,
and where you're going, not where you started from.
Exactly.
And the box, see, a lot of it, so like your parents, for example, it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love and support because perhaps they tried something with their dreams. They failed. It was very hurtful and it set them back. So they're trying to nurture you so that you avoid pitfalls.
Yes, it's coming from a place of love.
But it is a projection.
Yes.
Though. And it's like, don't put me in the box you're in, bro.
So this summer, after I became an optometrist officially, I decided I'm not going to work as an optometrist.
Okay.
And I was trying to sustain myself outside of the matrix. And I said, you know what, I'm not playing into this system. I'm not, going to a job at a certain time. I'm going to pursue my dreams. And they obviously were not in support of that because they love me. They want what's best for me. And so they saw me.
Seems dangerous.
Yeah, they saw me making these decisions. And of course, that was something that out of their love for me, they were not going to just say, yeah, go ahead and just don't work as, after 9 years of college, to just throw that away. So it was very hard for them to see me do that. But I had to go down that path, and I learned a lot. And I think when you have a time constraint and pressure on what you're trying to create into your reality, for example, like my online business, my TikTok shop, there was so much pressure because I needed it to survive that it didn't ultimately work out because, I ended up choosing.
You weren't in flow.
Yeah, because I was under pressure.
Yes.
I chose to go back to the Matrix part-time, which I love.
Me too. I did the same.
Yeah, and it took the pressure off. Now my shop is scaling, my business, it's doing better because I took the pressure off.
Because you don't need it.
Yeah, that's why. And so it all happened the way it needed to, but yeah, it was an experience. Like, I literally was online posting crazy things saying, like, I said a lot of, like, fuck the Matrix, like, I'm not playing into this system. I was like, fuck a credit score.
Yeah.
Who cares about a credit score? Well, it actually mattered because
how are you going to give me a credit score when you're $38 trillion in debt, bro?
And I was, like, saying all this stuff, like, I don't give a shit about credit score. Well, it did actually affect me when I was getting a car later. So, but it's ridiculous. I don't like this whole credit score thing.
Perfect segue. I love us. We're going all over.
Boom, boom.
Dude, we're schizos for real, bro.
Schizo,
or we have
maxing.
autism.
Yeah.
We have autism.
We have it all.
Okay, but wealth, and you touched it, TikTok shop, UGC. Okay, so say this is fictitious. I'm playing like role playing.
Okay.
I've never done business. I've only ever had a W-2, a job. I have no idea. Like, and people talk about high income skills. I know that the internet is tangible and there's monetary value there and I could do something. I don't even know where to begin or what's going on. Like, how do I even start going down the rabbit hole of figuring that out? Because I don't want to get scammed and buy some shyster's course.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
That's a tough one, but I think, learning sales is what everyone should start with.
Okay.
So start with learning sales, getting sales books.
And why?
Because selling is serving, and it applies to everything. So learning sales helped me not only with my TikTok shop, with my own business. I was selling some digital products that I learned how to convert. It also helps you with content, which can help people's lives. If you're not selling anything, but you learn kind of how to word things and provide value. Like, selling is serving, and there's so much negativity around selling, but it's like actually one of the best things. We're always selling all day long, whether we realize it or not. A book by Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
I have.
That's what
I've got a whole library.
Yeah.
I love books. And then here's my second edition in my library.
I'm like in the middle of like 10 books right now. It's bad.
That's not good.
Yeah, I should focus on one, but I have 10. I'm in the middle. Yeah, it's like, am I ever going to finish one? But I think everyone should learn sales. And now if you really want to start making online money, I think the easiest glitch in the matrix is TikTok Shop, UGC.
Yeah.
And that's going to help you learn the skill set of sales, which can apply for the rest of your life to everything else, your own business. It's just, I think, the most valuable thing that everyone should be learning.
Another thing you didn't even touch on, but that's also super important, and it combines your two things, sales plus order maxing. Like, when you get into sales, it kind of teaches you how to properly step into your own authentic energy.
Yes.
Because, like, honestly, low-key, and TikTok Shop it's actually so brain dead. It's anybody with you don't need any skill or anything. You can say ums and ahs and have all sorts of filler words and still crush. You do better when you're straight up goofball maxing.
Dude,
like, you just convert better when people are just like, this guy's ridiculous, this guy's stupid.
One of my videos from January, I still make money on it every single day. It was me not even trying. I said, put the vape down, pick the tree up. I just said, buy this thing. I wasn't
it was the toothbrush.
Yeah, you know
I watched it.
No, wait, dude, that one, I wasn't even trying. And it still makes me money to this day. I've made hundreds from a video I didn't try on.
Yes.
And when you try too hard, people can feel it.
Yes.
And so it's funny because I just can't believe that video took off.
A couple, probably 6 months or 8 months ago, I was really pissed off by this concept because I was doing extremely high, like, production value content. I'm talking like I'm using CapCut templates, but I'm filming like 45 minutes in the gym, getting like 15 different shots and adjusting the lighting to try and make it perfect. And it'd get like 800 views on Instagram. And then I, one day while I was at my occupational slave ship, I just put my meta glasses on, and I do ramp at an airport. And so I was toting in an airplane, so I've got my little wands and sticks doing the whole thing. And I just recorded me hailing in a plane, and then I took that 5-minute video and I sped it up 15 times, and then I put the caption POV side questing, and it got like 40,000 views. And it pissed me off because I'm like, why do I even try when the stuff that I don't try on performs way better?
Exactly.
But it's like kind of like a low-key key. It's kind of awesome. Try less hard and you'll achieve more.
Which is nice because, like, for example, yesterday I'm like, okay, I'm locking into shop. People can feel the energy of when you're trying to force.
Yes.
And so I think before recording, it's important to kind of just be like, okay, there's no pressure. I'm here to help people with my products.
We did that.
Yeah.
We started with prayer.
Yeah,
Maybe we should have started should have recorded it.
Yeah, we should have recorded the prayer. I think it's important to set intentions before you do anything.
Yes.
And really get in the right energy, because people can sense your energy more than we realize. Our subconsciouses are all connected. So if you're like filming with this urgent, stressful energy, like, those videos never convert, and I can see the difference when I go back versus the one that's almost at 1 million, where I was like, put the vape down. Like, I wasn't even doing quick cuts, because you know on Shop you want to make quick cuts.
Yeah, you want to make it snappy.
I do the quickest cuts possible now.
Yeah.
That there were spaces in it and it still converted.
That's
I'm like, what?
Crazy.
I mean, it didn't convert as well as it could have.
Yeah.
But I'm still making sales to this day. Hundreds from a 1-minute video that I didn't even try. It's a glitch in the matrix.
It is the lowest barrier to entry, the easiest skill to learn, and the highest propensity to scale quickly. With no cost of goods. Yeah, it's the best business ever.
It is. I love it. Like, getting free products. Like,
yeah, you'll never buy anything again.
Yeah.
And actually, it'll get so bad at a point where it's like, no.
You have so many.
No, it's so embarrassing.
I actually kind of stopped requesting free samples because it got too overwhelming.
It's too much.
And so
we're too abundant. Is the problem.
Which is exactly. And then I actually buy them sometimes if I want it and I want to start selling right now. Like, for example, have you seen the walking pads?
Yes.
I bought that because I didn't want to wait for the free sample, and I know that this is a good time because people want to get in shape for summer. So you got to make sure you're on, point with what the market needs. So that's another thing. I think there is a little bit more skill into TikTok Shop than people think when it comes to, like, product research, studying viral hooks, converting elements, buyer psychology.
Yep.
Once I implemented that, I started converting. Before, I didn't know what I was doing, and that's why I gave up the first time.
And how did you learn all that?
Media Labs. Yeah, so
Brand plug.
we actually, so Media Labs, I joined in February of 2025. Shout out Alex, shout out Ethan. I love Media Labs so much. Yeah, I have the same Sedlet glasses. I think it's such a wonderful community, and I'm actually in like a separate group chat with some girls. We keep each other accountable. It's just such a wonderful place to be if you're doing this, because otherwise, who are you talking to about this?
100%.
And it's a mind game. So me and these ladies in this chat, we keep each other accountable because we know it's a mind fuck.
Yes.
Like someone just texted they feel like giving up, and then we boost them up.
Yes.
And someone just hit diamond. She just hit her 50K GMV.
That's the mastermind
goal.
effect.
Yeah. And so having a community, we do coaching calls. They have brand deals. And I like actually have started working one-on-one with the coaches more. Like shout out Coach Mark, Sierra, Hayden, like
they're all
Sabrina,
awesome.
Ethan. Yeah, like it's amazing. I can't believe we're both in it.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange.
Yeah.
And that's not even how we connected, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Ooh, pillars. Love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Honestly, this is not my area. I'm not a savant in this area. But it's articulable, and it's a sneaky suspicion of those in the spiritual community that you can't attract and maintain your divine counterpart until you become visible with your gifts. What do you think about this? Where are you with the whole love pillar? Educate me.
I've heard that. I think it's a difficult pillar for a lot of people. Self-love is very important. That changes everything.
Yes.
And I think going into your heart space more is the key, which is hard to do given our reality.
What does self-love look like?
I guess just accepting yourself, every part of yourself. Doing mirror work. So you look in the mirror, you accept every part of yourself. You accept who you are, not just physically, but internally.
How does one do the practice of mirror work? I want it to be tactical.
Yeah.
Tell me steps.
So you just look in the mirror and you gaze into your eyes, and sometimes it's trippy because you kind of like download parts of your like consciousness, and like sometimes it gets freaky. It's like, whoa, like I don't even know how to explain, but you do it for extended periods of time, for minutes at a time. You just look into the mirror at your eyes, and then you just will also look in the mirror and accept every part of yourself. And even if there are things you want to change, you just accept where you're at now and realize that like looks aren't everything. You know what I think is gay is looks maxing.
Yeah, low-key a little bit. Some of this, but some of it actually is reasonable.
I don't know enough about it, but
I know too much about it actually, low-key, unfortunately. But some of it is like pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth flat, and then breathing all the way out, and sucking in, like as if you're breathing but not taking in oxygen, actually is really good for training your neck muscles and also adding to your jawline.
Yeah.
So there's some of it that's...
Some of it's good. I just think it's extreme when people are doing like meth.
But
I saw a video of Clav. Clav? I saw him like doing this thing where he's like...
He calls it bone smashing.
I think that is so weird.
Okay.
Like, I cannot with that.
Some of it's too far off the deep end. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of it, but overall, me and my friends were talking. We were like, that is so gay for guys to be doing that. But it's like, girls are technically looks maxing, like, we've always been. So how can we judge? But I think as a woman, we're like, if a guy is like spending all of his time looks maxing, it's very unattractive.
Yeah. What do you think about the black pill edits and stuff?
I don't think I've seen them.
You haven't seen the whole black pill side of things?
No.
Oh, man.
I haven't.
Okay, it's fine. It's like white girl music, like OG, pre-2007 to 2009 pop, like Katy Perry and Rihanna and stuff like that. And then it's just like guys that are looks maxers, and it's just like edits.
Maybe I've seen some. You gotta send me.
I'll send you. It's hilarious. But yeah, you said someone who's super hypervigilant solely on the superficial, the looks, that's an unattractive thing. From the divine feminine archetype, what does the divine masculine frame look like?
I guess someone who's in tune with their purpose, which not many men are nowadays. I think finding that divine spark and doing what you're called to do is the most attractive thing.
Yeah.
To see people that are actually in alignment.
Yeah. Have you heard the term Eigenzeit?
No, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a German word.
Yeah.
And I like Germany. They've never done anything.
Yeah, I love Germany too.
They're the best. But yeah, I even drive German cars. But Eigenzeit translates directly to proper time, and it refers to you're familiar with the singularity as it refers to AGI, artificial intelligence.
Familiar. Oh wait, yes.
Yes. So it's like the moment where artificial intelligence becomes super intelligence.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But your Eigenzeit is the same thing, but for business and personal development. Proper time refers to the moment where an individual reaches self-actualization. Not that they've achieved everything on their vision board that they're seeking to achieve, but what happens is they're acting in alignment. So they've built the systems, habits, behaviors, and disciplines. So they're actively charting the course and having proper trajectory towards the realization of their goals. And that's Eigenzeit, and it's like I'm like obsessed with it
That's
because
awesome.
it's super important.
Yeah.
Because some people don't know about this stuff. What is his name? I don't know, but he's a big Zig Ziglar's coach. It's 3 names, but anyways, he referred to everyone is in one of 2 categories. You're either a meaningful specific or you're a wandering generality. Wandering generality being someone who has no definite aim, no purpose. They're just meandering through life, trying to just live.
Yes.
Survive. And then a meaningful specific is someone who's set a definite intention, a definite aim, and they're actively working to become that and burn off everything in them that's not that.
Yes.
And with the whole philosophy of timeline jumping, you can, at any point in time, choose one of those 2 things.
Yeah, that's actually what my first free offer was about. So I was creating a business funnel.
Yes.
Everyone, I think, if you're doing online business, should have a free offer. That is really good because you want to show people.
It's your lead magnet.
Yes. So I made my first free offer about a year ago, and it was all about finding your purpose. And I said in there, everyone can make money from their purpose. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
I think no matter what it is, you could make money from it in a way that helps people, so it's aligned.
Yeah.
And so I think everyone should try to do that.
I think abundance is abundant,
Yes.
and I was having this. It was framed as an argument with my parents because they're a little bit more, in the matrix programming mind. But
do they watch this?
No, maybe if we're lucky.
Hey guys, we just met. They were awesome.
Yeah, they're
down
awesome.
there. Yeah.
I love them. But they want me to quit all the entrepreneurial stuff and just have a regular job.
Yeah.
Stop thinking all this grandiose stuff.
Yeah.
But where am I going with this? I'm losing my train of thought. I'm losing my mind. All right.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Too many directions we could go.
Yes. All right. Let's go back to the rabbit holes.
Yes.
Okay. What's happening in the world?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me.
We were at this at the beginning.
I know.
And now we're back. I am sick of this. Okay? If you want to break it down in simple terms, it's God versus Satan. It really is.
Yes.
It's God versus deception, the illusion of separation, fallen consciousness.
What I want to understand is we got declassification, sort of.
Yeah.
Not really, but sort of.
We knew this was coming.
Yes.
Like all of us, we weren't surprised.
I was talking about this stuff 10 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
So it wasn't a shock. To most people, they were like, what?
Yes.
But a lot of us have been catching on to this for a very long time.
Yeah. So I was talking about this 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm confused about is, so the people that this is brand new information to them. And by this, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Palm Beach Pete files.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So people have full pandemonium for 48 hours or so, and then poof.
Yep.
Nobody cares anymore. It was the Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl. Yeah.
The Olympics?
Yeah, the Olympics.
I made a funny video about that. I'm like,
oh!
I made this hilarious video about that. Like,
you know what? At a certain point, I mean, to play devil's advocate, bruh, are we on the wrong team, bruh? Like, at a certain point, like, maybe the Goyim are pretty stupid, bruh. Like, come on.
I mean, maybe we're on the wrong team. I'll be honest, I do have respect for the intelligence of Jewish people.
Yes.
And I don't hate Jewish people, okay? I only hate the satanic ones that eat babies.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to make that very clear.
And Moloch.
If anti-Semitic, I think, is the dumbest word ever, because it's like, why don't other races have a word? Why do they get a word? And
100%.
also, it's like, why would we not be against people that eat babies?
Yeah, it also refers
what?
to Semitic people, or Semites, refers to the offspring of Shem. So Jews, like Messianic Jews, and Jewish, not the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, people are so
Yes.
Jesus Christ was a Jew. No,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're talking about because you haven't actually read the Bible, bro.
Yeah.
The modern day Jewish religion that worship they read the Talmud, the Mishnah, and the Kabbalah.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, oral traditions passed by through Pharisees over the millennia.
Yes.
This is not the rabbinic Judaism from the Old Testament that was the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible that was during the time of the first temple, okay, during Jesus Christ's time. we're not dealing with the
Yep.
same stuff, okay?
Exactly.
Like-
Exactly. Have you seen the Talmud? It's so crazy.
Should we read some of this
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, because if we read this,
There's some horrible things I've seen in that. How is this even like out, and how, I don't understand how this isn't more common knowledge.
yeah, I mean, okay, so it's like, can I even read this stuff without it getting like censored? Because some of this stuff is like
Yeah.
very, very strange.
Yeah, like the 3-year-olds, like you're allowed to.
Sanhedrin 54b, and this is not made up. This is straight out
Yeah.
of a holy book.
How is this? And then people still deny that this is like a terrorist group.
And this takes less than 30 seconds of
Yeah.
researching. Like when I say go down the rabbit hole and do your own research,
It's like
go on the internet
Yeah.
and type this in.
And then, okay, my question, off topic, well, not really, but what separates these types of Jews and the other ones? Because I've seen, videos
Yes.
of some of them burning Israel flags.
Yes. So Messianic. So here's the thing. So the 12 tribes of Judah. Which, okay. So by the way, my name's Jacob. You already know it. They know that. But Jacob wrestled with God, and he was fighting with God. He was not following his directives, and then he was renamed to Isaac. Okay. And Isaac was the forefather of the lineage that led to the 12 tribes of Judah, and down one of those lineages was King David, and all the way
Okay.
down to Jesus Christ. Now, one of those lines shoots off to what is his name, Shem, and
Okay.
all the descendants of Shem are Semitic people. They're Semites, which, by the way, in today's land, they were in the land of Canaanite. In today's land, they're Arabs and Jewish people of Jewish descent. So it's like when we say anti-Semite, we're not just saying the small hat, big nose club. Okay, we're talking about everyone that's a little bit tanner on the complexion side, all over Middle East. So it doesn't even make sense when someone says you're an anti-Semite,
Yeah.
because we're not even talking about the same
That's
group
ridiculous.
of people.
Yeah, that word is ridiculous.
So there are people that are, and I don't hate you. Like the whole etymology of it's the Jews.
Yeah.
You're oversimplifying it a little
Exactly.
too hard.
And I like
because here's the thing, Messianic Jew. So look, when they rejected the Pharisees, and it came directly from Jesus Christ's mouth. He said, "You're a pit of vipers. My children hear my voice. You don't hear my voice because you're not my children. You're of your father, the devil. You're the synagogue of Satan." Revelations 3:9,
Yep.
straight out of Jesus
Yeah.
Christ's mouth. So
Saw that.
they killed him. AIPAC lobbied Pontius Pilate, okay,
Literally.
to kill Jesus Christ. And the Pharisees, who didn't like what he was saying because it went against their power structure, created the Second Temple, which was then destroyed through in 71 AD, which was, by the way, fulfilling another prophecy Jesus Christ spoke about, which, by the way, they're trying to build the third temple right now, which will facilitate the coming of the Antichrist.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which also, I want to touch that in a
Yeah.
second. And also, it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting sub-twist that, like, what we're doing, talking about this stuff and trying to, have tangent thought where people start thinking, get their head in the game.
Yeah.
We're kind of playing the same, savior complex hero role
Yeah.
that Jesus did.
Exactly.
We're going against big government.
Yes. And that's why I think getting banned is a good sign.
It is.
Because that means you're pushing the norm
If-
and
okay,
questioning things.
They say it's hate speech or this is misinformation. If what I posted was hate speech or misinformation, you could very easily just put a misnomer there, with a little asterisk with an open up pop tag disclaimer. Open it, and it says, "Oh, this is not correct. This is factually correct." If they just ban your stuff with no right to appeal, it's
Yeah.
kind of like 100%
Yeah.
confirmation. It's like, wait a
Exactly.
second, I'm on.
So the first
I'm
time I got
on.
banned was because of talking about 9/11 being
Yes.
an inside job, and also tying to
Do you want to hear something crazy?
what?
My father is a pilot, and he was on September 11th, 2001. He was flying to New York.
No way.
I'm dead serious. You can talk to him about it. Dead serious. Crazy.
That is insane.
Yes, and
Out of
by
all
the way,
days.
he will fight you tooth and nail. That is the inside job, bro.
Really? Okay.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got banned for that the first time. Then Tucker Carlson is allowed to release a documentary on it.
Let's touch on this.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it, but I'm like, okay, so now he's allowed to do that because clearly they would stop him from doing that
Okay.
if they wanted to. You know what I mean?
Okay, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, I love them, by the way. I love what they talk about.
Yeah.
I think they're genuine, authentic. we have large audiences. People listen to us. We use our voices. We're articulate. We know a lot of stuff, and people value us. But in the grand scheme of the global, world stage, we're small potatoes. Okay, they're not small potatoes. I just find it them, Andrew Tate. It's kind of devil's advocate, but like, are they controlled opposition, or because I mean, think about it. Why are they allowed to talk about this stuff?
See, that's what I think. And I like what they say. I mean, I've tuned into some of their things.
We're not allowed to talk about this stuff. Yeah. When we put cite too many sources, put too many things together, banned.
And some people say, oh, well, you're so small, they want to cut you off. But then
why?
I think that they have been definitely compromised to some degree. And there's this guy on Instagram that said he got invited to go to Israel once he reached like 200,000 followers.
He got the call.
Yeah, and
big Yahoo.
No shit that they're gonna get the call. And they are at least like, there's no fucking way. You can't tell me that they're not compromised to some degree.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. I think it's a big show, and I don't want that to be true. But the more I tune in, the more it feels like a big show. And have you seen Candace Owens? Her husband is,
Yes.
And Tucker Carl, like and then you've seen they do different symbols. Like, I don't know.
You know who Donald Trumpstein's nephew is?
No.
Jared Kushner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's all just, at this point.
We're just not in the club. Okay, that's just what it is. Yeah, okay. Also, to go back to something that I want to share. If you read the Holy Bible, which is the top book on my little library, we believe Jesus Christ was God incarnate. He was the Messiah. He came. He fulfilled Old Testament, and he fulfilled the old law, the old covenant that made sanctification for Gentiles.
Yes.
And no, the chosen people would not like that, because then what's that make them?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be in with the Gentiles, which, by the way, the best of them should be killed,
Can
bro.
they see that? Like that?
I don't know if they can see it,
I want to
bro.
say it. We should tell them, but like.
Yes, we'll read it all, but
we will.
Yes, we will. But like, okay, so look, he fulfilled the old covenant, created a new covenant, okay, and we believe Jesus Christ was God, and and that He made the way for us, and He paid for the debts of our sins through what happened on Calvary, and then so that's Christianity. Now, in this season, as we come to the Book of Revelations, perhaps I believe we may be living in Revelations.
I think so.
Christians are waiting for the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Okay, we're waiting for the Antichrist to come, and so, by the way, so are the Muslims, and then the Jews are waiting for their Messiah.
Christians,
to come.
Muslims against the Jews.
Yes. No, but bro, and they'll even, dude, this isn't even conspiracy theory. You can find Jewish rabbis talking about, okay, when the Messiah comes, everyone's gonna die. He's gonna kill everyone. It's like, dude.
Who the fuck is the Antichrist, and what the fuck is he gonna do?
Well, that's a good question that I can't answer.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I believe in it.
You don't believe in it? What do you think?
I feel like.
You think it's something to do with consciousness?
I think that, it's kind of like this. We're all part, there's God and Satan on the shoulder.
Yes.
I think, because everyone's walking around as like a shade of how much of God you are and how much of like your...
Yeah, it's a grayscale.
Yeah, your unintegrated shadow, which is, some people even call the ego Satan. Not that that's... I don't know how to explain.
Flesh.
It's kind of just like, that's the other side of things. Yin and yang. Because in this 3D reality, we have, the like shadow, the ego, versus in the higher realms, just the spirit. There's just the light, just God.
Yes.
And so sometimes I think like, what if like it's a consciousness thing?
Yes.
I don't know, but that's just a thought I had randomly.
I don't know either. And I think, to be fair, people like me and you, we're tapped into something, obviously, clearly. Like, the tangent train of thought doesn't just come from our own ideas.
Exactly.
But it is important to note, like, I genuinely I'm not certain that I know anything.
Yeah.
I just keep trying to...
figuring shit out as I go.
Exactly.
I used to think I had it all figured out, got humbled real quick.
Yeah, me too.
And so I think, this Antichrist thing, I don't understand. I don't know. I haven't received guidance on it myself. But it's a lot of people think this is going to happen, and I just am curious how...
Well, an interesting thing, right? We talk about 3D, 5D chess.
Yeah.
What about 7D chess, okay? Why? All right. In the 1400s in Spain. Do you know how the Black Plague came to be?
No.
Not conspiracy theory. You can look this up. The
Wait,
Black
this
Plague.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, the Black Plague was created.
No,
Okay, they poisoned the wells.
Yeah, I remember
They
this.
poisoned the wells. Okay, it's insane. Okay, but that
it's
is
always
to say.
them. Why is it always
Dude,
them?
why is it always a group of
always
people,
them.
bruh? Everything.
It's always them.
Coin clipping? Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, bruh?
I've seen some crazy things.
Okay, but that's how the Black Plague came to be. So today, modern day, with what's going on, which is truly an apartheid state. And by the way, when I say this, people on the far left are like, he's on our side. I'm like, bro, I'm not even in your game,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
I'm outside
yeah,
the matrix
yeah.
completely.
You can't
But
be on that
it
anymore.
is, it absolutely is a genocide being committed in
Yes.
front of our face
Yes.
on purpose. And so, but why? Because here's the thing. They could very easily, with the amount of totality, it's a tiny little strip of land, and they have full 360 regional control of it. With the technology that they have, very easily, without any news coverage or mapping, if they really wanted to exterminate everybody there, they could do that so fast.
Yeah, that's true.
And it would we would be none the wiser. What could possibly be the purpose of publicizing it and making it so widely like, look at this, look at us doing this?
Yeah.
There's a very clear reason in my mind. There's only one reason, and it's purposefully done to create divisiveness towards a certain subsect group.
Yes, they want that to happen.
Because that's to put
Bring
the
on.
world stage to
Yes.
fulfill messianic prophecy.
Yes. They want it to rise.
Yeah.
There's a reason they want to be. It's crazy. Like, when you think about
It's a
how
victim
our
mentality, bro.
Yeah, they literally want it to happen. I noticed that when I realized, wow, why am I getting so much of this?
Yeah.
And people say, well, the algorithm is a reflection of your mind,
Yes.
but at the same time, they can control and push certain things. Like when Charlie Kirk died, they wanted you to see it
Everywhere.
happen.
And low-key, it was so gruesome.
Yeah, they wanted to imprint that into your mind as I think a sign, like, do not, go down this.
And isn't it interesting? Yeah, and isn't it interesting how he was just changing the tides?
Yep, just
changing the tides on what is going on.
Yes, exactly. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, speaking about this, like I'm willing to die for speaking about this because I don't even care. And that's why I'm always like, I dare them to try me because like I feel like I have this divine protection no matter what. Seriously, I've been in some crazy situations that I've survived.
Yeah.
My friend and I, like, we pretty much are sure we almost got, like, killed at a campsite.
Yeah.
And we got out of it. And so, other things like that.
So, people call me a delusional optimist. Yesterday,
that's me.
My little sister got married yesterday.
Yeah.
And my cousin, who's my age, he's a first officer at United, and he has a girlfriend of 4.5 years. I love her. She's awesome. But I said that exact thing because my whole family dogs me. I ride the second fastest motorcycle ever produced.
Wow.
Goes 201 miles an hour. I don't wear gear ever, and I drive like I respawn. I really do. I don't have gloves. I don't wear anything, and they're always like, "You're gonna die any day now," and I'm like, I can't die. Because one, I'm a main character, and two, I'm divinely protected.
Yes.
Like, God has got my back, bro.
That's why I think that I'm a little reckless with a lot of things because I don't have fear because I feel this delusional.
Are we so far off the reservation, or are we right on? Because, like, some normal people would be like, you have gone crazy.
Yeah, which is fine with me.
But we're like, but I'm right, though.
Yeah, I'm fine if people think I look crazy. I think that's the sign that you're on the right track.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you don't look crazy, then you're just like everyone else who is all under the mind control that we have broken out of.
Yes.
As the schizos.
Yes. And how does a schizo turn a normie into a schizo?
I don't know. I think
without being like too pushy. Because like if you're like crazy eyes, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, this guy's crazy, bro.
Sometimes I notice the crazy eyes in my videos.
Yes.
But it's like when you tap in and you start the pattern recognition, boom, 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 and then the just knowing, you're going to have the crazy eyes.
Is pattern recognition a learnable skill, or is it just something that you either have or don't have?
I almost feel like it's something you have.
It's just in you or not.
Because for me, it's just, I don't even have to try. I just look at all of these things, just start pinging, and then also combined with just the inner knowing, which is known as claircognizance.
Claircognizance,
where you just know. And so maybe you could learn pattern recognition. I don't know.
Well, what if it's in all of us, but it's sort of ambient, and because your pineal gland's calcified, so it's not activated.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely true. Like once you go within, decalcify your pineal gland, become a more open channel, purify your physical vessel.
Yeah.
Then maybe
no more goy slop.
Yeah, no more goy slop.
I love
which
goy
is
slop,
tough.
bro. What's your
we all love goy slop.
Yeah, what's your like thing? Cane's is my thing.
You know,
I'm
I
a big
really
fan.
don't have it. I mean,
You don't
I
have a
do
thing?
like Chick-fil-A, but
Okay.
I'm gluten-free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fire.
I break out in hives from gluten, which was actually a blessing. In 9th grade, I started breaking out in hives, which is funny because I had got sent to live at my dad's in International Falls, Minnesota on the Canadian border because I was a bad kid.
Yeah.
So my mom said, go live with your dad and my stepmom. And it was supposed to be a punishment, but it was awesome. I got to be the only kid.
Nice.
And I started breaking out with hives there. So I'm like, this is like my punishment for being a bad kid. But in reality, it saved me from all of the toxicness with a lot of gluten things.
Yes.
So yeah, I do like Chick-fil-A fries and the sauce, but I rarely have it because I respect my body as a temple so much that it's hard for me to even put like that in my body. But we all love goislop. Like it's designed for you
to be addicted.
Yeah, exactly. In-N-Out I actually like too. A lettuce burger.
I love In-N-Out.
Yeah, so those are like my two.
Nice. What's a divine diet? What should I be eating?
I think all whole foods.
Okay, whole foods.
Yeah, that's
if
pretty much
if it's
all.
one ingredient,
Yeah,
if
one
it came
ingredient.
from the ground or
Yes.
it grew on a tree.
That is really like
Or
what I
or is
stick
walking.
to. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I stick to. Like, you know, there's of course some things you can't always have everything one ingredient, but I think that's a good way to live by.
Yeah. I want to circle back to the Palm Beach Pete stuff.
Oh yeah.
How do we, the schizo? Okay. And to preface, I view it as my moral duty and obligation to be very. Our words have power, and people listen to us. I would never incite violence.
Mm-hmm.
But Thomas Jefferson said that the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, because our forefathers rebelled against the British hierarchy over a 3.5% tea tax.
Literally.
Okay, they are rolling in their graves at what's going on here.
Exactly.
We pay over 50% tax. By the way, during Massa Musa's time in ancient Egypt, the Hebrew slaves, they worked 4 days on, 3 days off, and they got paid, and their domiciles were paid for, and out of what they got paid, they were taxed 25% a year. We are worse than the slaves of ancient Egypt's time.
That is crazy. That needs to be like a clip.
Yeah, well, we're clipping all this.
Because literally that is, it's like no one's doing shit about it. It's like, you know, everyone's under this mind control.
People are kind of demoralized.
Yes.
But like, okay, so there's that, and then there's the whole satanic pedophiles that are literally human sacrifice to Baal, eating children because they're harvesting adrenochrome, which is adrenalized blood.
Exactly.
We knew about a long time ago. Look up frazzle drip.
I remember you had to use code for it, or like you couldn't even say it, or you would get like.
And now we can talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then there's still some
stuff.
stuff.
I remember everyone thought it was so schizo back then. It's like, you guys, we're just early.
Yeah, we're really early.
We're always early.
So my question is, and I want us both to be super, tactile about how we answer this.
Okay.
What do we do? I personally, and I'm not calling for violence, but I personally feel like we are past due for some kind of, whether it's a physical or it's a spiritual, it's time for a revolution.
Yes.
Sort of, and
I felt that.
So, why is nobody doing anything?
I know, dude. Oh my God. I feel like, men have been really weakened over time, unless you're someone who's really like woke up to that and you've started like doing, what you do. Like you actually have seen through what they try to do.
Yeah.
And how like they're trying to just demasculate like and turn men into women. Like it's just
it's the atrazine turning the frogs gay.
Yes.
By the way, speaking of, Alex Jones low-key compromised.
Yes,
so is Joe Rogan.
Everyone's compromised. I know. I used to watch him all the time. Now that's why I think everyone is literally compromised.
You know who's not compromised?
Who?
What's
the
comedian guy? What's his name? He was on Joe Rogan and he realized
Theo
Vaughn. He's not compromised. Low key, bro. I love him.
At least there's him. Yeah.
I think.
I was disgusted when I watched that.
Yeah.
That clip.
It's all
because it almost triggered me for people telling.
He's like, yeah, you sound crazy,
it
man.
Made me feel like I was Theo.
You sound like you're losing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm
who
paying attention, bro.
Yeah. Who is this guy? Like,
my head's in the
what
game,
happened
dude.
To you? Yeah.
I don't know. It's bad, but are we gonna have a revolution?
See, it's like we kind of need one. We need something, and I don't have the answer to that. Like
I don't expect you to have the answer.
What I've been saying is everyone needs to go within and step into their power and stop giving their power away, doing what they want us to do. But nobody seems to want to do that.
Well,
everyone wants to keep going along with what they want us to do.
And watching goy ball.
All.
So funny thing, and this was hilarious. I literally just rage bait professionally for a living. And I
love rage baiting.
I love it too. But I was at my occupational slave ship, which by the way pays $15 an hour. Most of the people there are so bought into the Borg hive mind consciousness that they can't even see straight. Like they'll literally complain about the circumstances of their life, and then 2 sentences later they'll be talking about how they're using the last of their paycheck to go out clubbing that weekend.
Oh my God. It's good for you to go and see the contrast.
I'm like, bro,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I like going to be into the Matrix to see how the other half lives. It blows my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, okay, so I went in the break room, and it was Sunday night, and football was on, and all the tables and chairs were turned, and every single person, there was like 30 people in there, they were all turned, just staring. Nobody was talking. It was like dead silent aside from the TV in there. They're all watching goy ball. And it was hilarious, bro, because I walk in there, and and by the way, look at this. You'll love this, actually. You'll get a kick out of this. Did I lose them? No. I have the Matrix glasses that clip on your nose. Yeah, it's hilarious. But I went in there, and I'm like, fun fact, like as loud as possible so everyone could hear me. And I'm like, fun fact, during the ancient Roman times, they had the Colosseum, and they had they did crusades and escapades where they would have men fight to the death against lions, and they'd give people circuses and bread so that they wouldn't revolt.
Literally.
And I just paused, and I wasn't looking at the.
I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, I said that straight to them. I wasn't looking at the TV. I was looking at all of them.
Yeah.
Nobody reacted except one guy, and it took him like 5 seconds, but he paused, and like I saw his mind like zoom out from the TV, and he looked at me and goes, "What?" He just said what? And I laughed, and I was like, nothing. And I just turned around and walked away.
I love that you said that.
Dude, it was fire. Because it's like, dude, your head's not in the game, bruh. You're so distracted.
That's hilarious.
It's bad. And so and I know you feel this too, it's kind of our moral duty and obligation to help people figure out, like, let's lock in, bruh.
Yes, and sometimes I feel like I'm too much, and like it's like people, maybe I'm annoying people with how, but I'm like, you know what, if you don't, like, unfollow me, I don't even care.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to speak the truth. Like, people need to realize what's going on.
Yeah.
But sometimes, people think ignorance is bliss, but I think there's going to be a point when it's not bliss anymore if we don't do something. But then there's the argument of people saying, stop paying attention to it, go within, shift your consciousness to affect the external reality, which I don't know where I stand with that, because I could go either way with that.
Ignorance is bliss, 100%, because, like, once you put on the magic glasses, you can't take them off.
Yep.
And, like, I was a lot happier
back
then.
Yeah, I used to watch football and stuff.
Yeah, I was a lot happier when I didn't see the whole, when I didn't see it all, I was happier, for sure. The going within thing, I think it's really important when you talk about or think about quantum leaping and timeline jumping. So your thoughts affect your vibrational frequency. Your vibrational frequency, which is for people that aren't super into conscious awareness, it's your feelings. The emotional state, the emotional signature that you're in affects your thoughts. Your thoughts affect your actions affect your habits, patterns, and disciplines over time.
Yes.
And so if you stay within and you stay vibrating in authenticity, your PQOs, prolific quality outputs, over a long time horizon will be better.
Exactly.
And money, monetary value is only a reflection. It creates a reflection of what you already are. It amplifies your character. If you're a bad person, you get a lot of money, you're going to be a really bad person. If you're a good person, you'll be able to affect positive change for the kingdom of God with a lot of wealth. And so it's kind of, you have to kind of be in the Matrix a little bit to play the game.
That's what I learned.
Before you can be out of the game.
That's what I learned when I tried to completely be out of it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
I think we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. One step at a time.
Last pillar. It's actually, so the initial coin of Tai Lopez, health, wealth, love, and happiness. I hate happiness. I'm not happy. But I'm fulfilled. Yeah. And I'm super grateful for my life. And I want your take on this, because the way I think about it is happiness. I would be, in my past life, I was super off the deep end of psychedelics and all sorts of other compounds. For 2 years straight, every weekend I Jedi flipped, which was Molly, acid, and shrooms all at the same time. Yeah. Okay. And I'd just go to raves and I'd give people light shows.
That sounds awesome.
It was a blast. I had a good time. I sent people to other dimensions. Yeah. Fun. That made me happy. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. But it's all flesh, and it serves no purpose. Yeah. Happiness can be found in fleeting things of the flesh that actually don't serve you and are wilting your consciousness.
Yes.
Whereas fulfillment, you can find fulfillment in developing your higher self and affecting positive change in others.
Exactly.
So what do you think about this?
I agree with you. I'm not trying to be happy. I'm trying to be filled with purpose. And I only am truly fulfilled. I'm using the word fulfilled instead of happy without even trying. When I am speaking my truth, when I am creating, that's when I feel the best because I'm fulfilled with what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
That, I don't care about, that's really all that I care about is just doing my mission, our divine missions that every one of us has if we step into it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about for me. I'm not chasing happiness. I'm chasing, fulfilling my purpose.
Yeah. And I think we have the same purpose, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Another big thing, back down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
Okay. Can you be a good leader, but a bad person?
I think that could be possible, maybe.
What would that look like potentially?
You're a good leader. That's a tough thing to think about. I think, is there someone in mind you're thinking of?
The rhetoric I'm thinking on. Okay, so here's the thing. Is it possible to believe in the philosophies and ideas of a man or a person that has a philosophy for an idea of a better world without agreeing with the exact methodology that they decided to enact on?
I think so.
Right? I can like someone for their purpose and their macro vision without liking their micro actions.
I think so.
You were kind of on the right idea, but your execution was low key a little not the best.
Yes. I agree with that.
I think there's been some leaders in the past that had the right idea. They just didn't execute the best. Okay.
Yes, I agree with that.
And then I think what happened was we had someone who could be referred to as an acolyte that was all right, this same principle. This guy was right on, macro vision, micro execution, not great.
Yes.
And then that guy was assassinated.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then since then, we've just got a bunch of subservient people. Our country is completely sold out.
Exactly.
And the will of the American people is not being honored because we're all bought and sold. We're the United slaves of Israel.
Yes,
exactly.
Let's be real. That's what we are now.
Okay.
And a lot of people still don't see it. They are still on the left versus right.
Yeah.
Which is so
blows my mind.
How?
It blows my mind.
At this point.
There should be one issue that unites us all, and that's let's not mess with kids.
Yeah.
Don't touch kids.
Yes.
Don't kill kids.
Yeah. The files I
Can we
saw
get on
were
this?
horrible. How are we not uniting?
Seriously.
How are we not uniting on this?
I
cannot.
Personally, I like the Bible and I like biblical philosophy. I don't necessarily agree with abortion.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, bro, you can't do whatever you like. I don't care what you do. My goal isn't to convert you to my train of thinking. My goal is to plant the seed and be the example so that maybe you'll see my light and be like, I would prefer to live this way than the other way. I don't care what you do, but I do care. Look, if you want to identify as a grapefruit, that's fine. I don't care. But as soon as you try to indoctrinate my children,
oh my God.
Now, you're taking away my self-sovereignty to teach and coach and raise my children the way that I see fit.
I am very against the transgender agenda, and
I
I don't care if it gets me canceled. I don't care because do you know who's behind that? Oh, a little guy named. They're behind everything, and so I just think it's disturbing. They worship these transgender gods as well.
Yep.
And so I don't know how people don't see it. I think it's
lean over and grab that patch right there next to my cologne.
This?
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Yeah, that's fire, isn't it?
Have you seen the memes that are next election be Baal versus Moloch?
Yeah, literally, it's just yo.
Oh my God! Wait, this is so sick.
That's fire, right?
I love that. Oh
Good
my
for
God.
humanity, bad for Moloch. No, literally, left versus right. It's okay, Israel or Israel but gayer.
Yes, literally. I think the whole transgender thing. So what was his name in Germany? What was that guy's name?
Magnus
Hirschfeld.
Okay.
He was the one who first started doing all of that.
Transgender research studies in
By the way, can't we say that that's really messed up to be cutting and redoing. Like, that is just, that's Satan.
That's outside of God's
Satan.
divine order.
God does not want.
How many genders are there?
Yeah, like, I just think there are 2 genders.
I'm a man, you're a woman.
I do not agree with any of that shit, and if you want to cancel me for that, I don't care, okay? And so, when a certain person came into power... Uncle A.
The Austrian painter.
Yes, someone that I... Yeah, so he came into power. He put an end to all of that. There was childhood brothels, you guys.
Yep. The
first country was in shambles. There was a Rothschild centralized bank.
The first thing that happened was they burned the books, and
Yes.
we were never taught about what books were burned. Yeah, they just burned the book. They burned scientific research study books.
I want to find a video to show them.
I know, it's crazy. But so okay, look, so that happens. Now also, by the way, I think it's really interesting, side tangent, but it's just definitely related. America today, 2026, matches exactly Weimar conditions.
Everything.
Exactly matches.
All of the stats, it's crazy.
Very interesting.
Yep.
But, so he was the first leader to sanction and arrest a Rothschild.
Yes,
and
so
then
badass.
kicked them out and said, look, we're going to, the idea of a governmental agency that controls monetary value, but it's not actually an agency, it's a privately held corporation. We're doing away with that, and we're going to do government-backed money, similar to the gold standard that we were on before before the Titanic.
Yep.
Okay, which a whole other thing, but...
I wonder who did that.
Who did that?
I wonder who was on there in the... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The few people in the world that were against the Federal Reserve, right?
Yes. So all right, so he kicks them out, and then, by the way, what is it called? What are the textbooks called that we were raised up on?
Oh, McGraw-Hill.
McGraw-Hill, yes.
Yep.
So all our textbooks that teach us all this stuff. Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, known Mossad agent, he bought the publishing corporation. By the way, also another thing you might not know, the printing company that published McGraw-Hill textbooks is called Pergamon Press. And in Revelations, the throne room that Satan's throne is built on is Pergamon.
No way.
I'm dead serious.
See, it's like if you piece everything together, it's obvious. Everything is obvious.
Do coincidences exist?
No,
everything's connected.
They don't exist.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a coincidence, you guys.
These people, they believe in karmic retribution.
Yes.
If they do something against our free will, they have to tell us about it, or else they will pay the cost of it. So Side
note, I think they're wrong. I think they still are going to pay the
100%.
Yeah.
Dude,
how retarded do you have to be to think that you can just still get away with it and not pay the consequences?
Bro, you know what?
Fucking stupid.
You know what the Jews do, bro?
What?
They do a ritual to put all their sins in a chicken. And then they kill the chicken.
I've seen some of that shit. How can you think that works?
This religion, it all outside of all the crazy stuff they believe, which is wildly disgusting, it all boils down to the whole religion and ethnocentrism is based around how can we usurp God?
Yeah.
Like, how can I trick God into being like, well, this was your rule, but I did the rule, but I did it my own way.
Yeah. We must that.
Dude.
That song.
So that's what I'm saying. It's okay. And so to go back to Germany, all right. So they were in massive debt. Are you familiar with how the Battle of Waterloo in World War I ended?
No, actually.
Okay. Are you familiar with the formation of the Red Shield, which was what became the Rothschilds?
No.
Okay. So how do they have so much wealth? I love the idea of follow the money. Okay. You go back, and the matriarch of the family realized, okay, I'm doing banking, lending, but I can make a lot more money by lending directly to governmental bodies instead of individuals. So that's what he did. And he had 5 sons, and he taught his sons the business.
Oh, I've heard this.
And he shipped all his sons to all the major countries in the EU. Okay? And because they're brothers and they work closely with each other and they're always in constant communication, their funding, which by the way, still to this day, the whole military-industrial complex is a whole farce. It's all a freaking chess game. It's all none of it's real because you follow the money and it's the same group of people on both sides of the aisle. Okay, it's all garbage. But that doesn't. But just because it's fake and it's all fake and gay doesn't mean that people aren't actually dying and there's not a lot of money being made.
Yeah.
That's why it exists. Also, the whole medical. I mean, we won't touch the medical field. You're a doctor. It's okay. but they can do that research on their own time. But same people, okay? Here's the thing. So they all go across the different nations. They have full monetary control of all, not full monetary control, but they're doing the lending to the governmental bodies. The Battle of Waterloo, because they're the financiers, they knew England had won the war, okay? And so they knew, and then what they did was they publicly took all their war bonds and started flash selling them to create market FUD.
Wow.
Market pandemonium. So everyone's like, oh no, they know that England lost the war. So the market starts dumping. Then they bought everything back, pennies on the dollar, because England had won the war, and they knew before it became public information. So within a single 48-hour period, they took complete totalitarian control of the financial arm of all of the English government.
Wow, I did not know this.
This was in World War II. Are you familiar with, or World War I? End of World War I.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Balfour Declaration?
No.
Okay, so the Balfour Declaration, so come World War II, as tensions are rising, Lord Jacob Rothschild told Prime Minister that I can get my Jewish financier friends in America to join the war, and it'll turn the tides of the war, and we'll win. But I need something from you, and what I want is a state-recognized Israel. Okay, so the Balfour Declaration is a document. We could look it up.
That's right.
Balfour Declaration is a document written from the British dynasty to Lord Jacob Rothschild saying, we recognize and acknowledge the state of Israel where they want to be. Which, by the way, is not the Israel of the Bible, okay? Yeah. Israel is a tribe. It's referred to lineage, not land, okay? The devil's a smart guy.
Yep. Have you seen some people that try to prove that it was actually in the United States of America, and they show landmarks it actually kind of makes sense?
Low-key, I love it.
Yeah,
it's
I
sick.
think they might be onto something. What do you think about that?
I like it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
But I've seen some compelling evidence showing different towns and showing it makes sense because there was one specific peak that in the Bible it does not align at all over there. Here, it makes sense.
Did you know, by the way, Noah's Ark was recovered? It's in Turkey.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What?
It's a tourist attraction. You can go to Noah's Ark.
Why is that not public information?
Because they censor it, bro.
Oh my God,
it's
I'm
a
sick
real
of this
thing,
shit.
bro.
I'm sick of all the deception on this planet.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with this.
It's crazy. So,
everything is a lie.
So the Balfour Declaration happens,
'Kay.
And then America comes in, turn the tides. Everyone thinks, because of the McGraw-Hill programming, everyone thinks that Germany, the big bad warmongering Germany, just decided one day we're going to turn on these evil Jews.
Yeah.
And we're going to round them all up and put them in prison camps. That's not
what everyone
happened.
thinks. No.
Okay.
Have you seen Europa: The Last Battle?
Yes.
I haven't finished it, but I started watching that over the summer.
Yeah.
And that really opened my eyes. But of course, when you Google it, it says, oh, it's Nazi propaganda.
Of course.
But
of
they're going to say that. And, you know, there's a lot of things that when you look it up, it tries to twist it to make you think that you're on the wrong track.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just because, I mean, who's the publisher?
Exactly.
Like, who wrote this article?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So that happened. And by the way, interesting thing, as early as 1918, World War I times era, there are news publications, you can look them up and find them, talking about the poor 6 million Jews that have been...
I saw that.
They're future authoring
6
something
million.
Before 25 years before it happened. Okay, that's insane.
6 million.
Now, also, if we're talking about real historical figures, no one we in middle school they drill it into your mind.
Yeah.
It's all history class. Was let's just only talk about the Holocaust.
And they don't talk about the Bolshevik Revolution,
the
which is
Holodours.
Horrifying. That first episode of Europa: The Last Battle, I was like scarred.
The Bolshevik Revolution or the Holodours, collectively 85 million Christians, and they were burning down churches and brutally, violently killing Christians.
Yes.
And did I say burning Christians? I said burning churches, what I meant.
Yep.
But and by the way, the USSR at the time, 97% Jewish leadership.
Yes.
Also, it's important to note, Uncle A's military regime had Messianic Jews in his. This whole propaganda that he just hates Jews.
Different.
No.
Yeah.
That's not. He hates the cabal.
Literally. Have you seen his speeches translated?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
And everyone wants to say, well, that's that's AI.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
People
bro.
always, yeah, it's literally not.
It's like, okay, let's stop pulling the wool over our eyes. Let's do our own research and figure out. Wait a second, maybe. And by the way, General Robert S. Patterson, the day after the war ended, he created an editorial note and said, I only now realize we fought on the wrong side of the war.
Wow.
And we fought to help the fascists defeat the communists. Yeah. And then, by the way, he killed himself.
Oh my God.
The next day.
It sucks to be on the wrong side.
Yeah.
He killed himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that there was a quote from my favorite painter that said, once humanity finds out what I was trying to...
He'll start World War III.
Yeah.
Even in his death.
Yes.
Yes.
And look at where we're at now. I mean, it's like people kind of started catching on, and then it's like...
But just like the whole knowing about adrenochrome and knowing about satanic pedophiles and human sacrifice, Comet Pizza, Pizzagate, all this stuff 10 years ago, we're talking about this stuff, and people are a little like, whoa, you're kooky.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know. History's pretty good at repeating itself.
It
usually
is.
on 80 to 100 year cycles.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, we're approaching about 3 to 4. Let's give it 3 to 4-ish years and see what's going on geopolitically and globally.
It's very interesting to look around the world and see what countries are not part of the Rothschild banking. And I made a controversial video
all
recently.
our countries that they're at the edge of developing nuclear technology.
Yeah.
We need to fight them. They're terrorists.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, what's different about that country? Oh,
yeah.
They don't agree with the global one banking solution.
I think we're fed lies about other countries in a lot more ways than we realize.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to create division between people.
Mm-hmm. We are all one species. Let's just
low-key,
realize that.
I'm a loving, nice, funny guy. On the internet, if you just don't know me and you just look at my reels that I like, I'm a stone cold internet racist. I'm a bad person if you just saw my social media. But I have friends I don't care about your skin pigmentation. I love everybody.
Exactly.
I don't care about your belief system. It doesn't have to be similar to mine. I care about being morally correct.
That is what I care about above all.
Yeah. And
sometimes things I like may seem bad, like they may seem insensitive,
funny,
but like I have a sense of humor that I like that sense of humor, so I don't care.
To switch, it's truly a skill to be able to switch quickly between deep esoteric wisdom and brain rot.
Exactly.
Like you gotta be you gotta be nuanced.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy. What do you want to talk about? Have we touched everything?
I think we talked about. I'm trying to think of what else. There's been a lot of. I mean, we talked about the main thing I wanted to talk about.
Which was that?
The Jews. And Uncle A.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what else. We'll have to have a second podcast for sure.
We will. I think it's interesting. I think what's really interesting and what should be the main value proposition to take away from this, not that we know what we're talking about. I mean, we're just throwing ideas at the wall like spaghetti till it sticks. But question everything.
Yes.
Don't believe what you're being fed, any rhetoric about any one thing.
Literally anything.
Look at it and then think, who's behind this? What agenda does this serve? Mm-hmm. And what could be the other side of this coin that I'm not paying attention to?
Yes. I think
why should I look over here when what's going on over here that you're saying, look?
Yep. Like, think about when you're looking at the news. They want you to see what they want you to see. Mm-hmm. And all of the news is owned by the Jews.
It's just
literally
true.
You can look it up on the internet and see who owns what. And they own, like, everything, you guys.
I also find it interesting at these people that self-identify, because, again, going back to etymology, they're not actually Jewish. Did you know that genetic testing in Israel is actually outlawed?
No, what?
Yeah, it's outlawed because they're not actually Jewish. They're not Semitic.
Yeah, which is crazy. In the Bible, did you see that verse that said, Jesus said, these are not the real Jews.
For those who say they are Jews, but they are not, they do lie. They're the synagogue of Satan.
They're the synagogue of Satan.
Yes. But so yes, that's outlawed. But I think it's interesting. So even of that small group of people, they still make up less than 0.6% of the human populace. Yeah. Yet, of all chairman positions, banking positions, medical, financier, every industry, they control over 95% of all meaningful intentional positions. How is it
crazy how that
statistically
became possible.
And mathematically that's not possible without circumnavigation of powers.
Exactly.
So
this has been going on for a lot longer than people realize.
we're compromised.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how do people not see it, bro?
I don't know.
Oh, man, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. I hope you guys start to, if you aren't already, just catch on to this stuff and realize that they want you as dumbed down as possible in every way because they are working for Satan.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to think we're doing a good job at working on God. I want to be on God's team.
Yeah.
That's just it. And
I'm not claiming to be perfect by any means, but I just like to share what comes through, and I think it's important to express yourself, and I don't have it all figured out, but I feel like I'm trying my best to just, release videos that can help even just one person. Like, I just want to share with the world, like, what I'm realizing about things so that it can help you guys as well as I am shifting, because I do feel like we're both on the right track. We're maximizing our time. We're really focused on, fitness, health, all of this, and building our businesses and being out of the matrix and self-sustaining.
Yeah.
And I want to get more people on that track because AI really is going to change the world, as it already is. But think about once it really ramps up, it's going to be quick. So many jobs are going to be gone. And building a personal brand, I think, is something everyone needs to do because AI, I do not believe, can replace a personal brand.
Correct.
There's no soul versus,
you're you.
Yeah.
The niche is you.
Yes. So I think everyone should take the leap and start posting and expressing yourself. When I post, even if it's embarrassing, I feel the best because it's what I came here to do. And I think you guys should try just starting to speak your truth online. And that's my Aura Maxing course, because I'm going to have a series of them. The first one is about how to get unshakable camera confidence and how to just show up as you without caring what people think. You guys need to stop caring what people think about you because it's holding you back if you worry about what people think if you post. Because posting will change your life. There's so much money to be made online. I have met so many people and made so much money just from posting that I would have never, nothing would have.
That's how we met.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of things come from posting. So just put yourselves out there. It can be uncomfortable at first, but you can do it. And I can't wait for my course to drop on that.
Yeah, and we'll plug it. Not to mention, by the way, you get desensitized to it. Like, as you do it more, it has less and less of an impact on you because it just becomes part of, like, I just do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you want to be yourself because if you aren't yourself, you're going to attract the wrong people. So you need to realize that being you fully, like me saying, I love a certain leader. But, if that pushes someone away, I don't care.
By being you repel everybody that's not for you.
Yes.
And you attract everyone that is for you.
Yes, and you need to push through the hard part. So I used to post schizo stuff on TikTok all the time for years. My Instagram, I was a different person. It was pictures, and I didn't post reels. Until recently over the summer, I decided to start posting more reels, and it was very uncomfortable. I went below 2K followers. They were dropping like flies. I would get 5 likes, 2 likes, but I knew I had to push through. I knew that I had to do it to keep pushing through to get the right people. And now I have gone above 2,000. I have people that actually are on that frequency. Imagine if I didn't do Instagram because of fear of judgment, and then my TikTok's banned now, so all I have is my Instagram. Like, you just have to stop caring what people think, and it's hard, but...
When I went through that arc, I took it so personal. Like, I felt like it was an attack on me. Like, oh, people don't like me because I'm talking about all this stuff. It's really not personal.
You have to mentally prepare.
It's just their conscious awareness isn't at the level where they're not resonating with what you're talking about.
Resonating is what I was going to say. So when you resonate with someone, you're on the same frequency, on the same vibe, which is why a lot of times as you evolve, you don't resonate with people anymore. And it's not to say that they're less than, but they're at a different part of their journey where they can't grasp the concepts that you're grasping. So it's hard to maintain the same connection that you had before when you are rising and your consciousness is expanding and you're tapping into the divine.
I was 11 months onboarding onto the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, as an air traffic controller. And I passed all the tests too well, actually. They actually thought I was cheating on a personality test. I took a 4.5-hour test in an hour. Wow. And they're like, that's not possible. And so they made me take it 3 more times. Then they made me sit with a psychotherapist for 6 hours. And I failed. And then I got rejected and didn't get the job because she said in her notes, he has extreme narcissism. And her notes said exactly this, which blew my mind. She said his extreme narcissism manifests itself through radical self-belief. She asked me about my entrepreneurship and my life, and I was just dropping it on.
We are supposed to believe in ourselves.
What?
It triggers people. I think it triggers a lot of people that I'm so, like, sure of what I believe in and sure of just my mission. It triggers people.
Exactly.
And it comes across, sometimes I think I come across the wrong way.
Yes.
But you need to have self-belief.
Here's what it really is, okay? You're like this bright shining light, they also have the capacity and the capability to be a bright
Yes.
shining light, but they're either not on
Yeah.
or they're dim.
You trigger
And
their
so
darkness.
they're like, hey, yo, that's
Yeah.
they're loud. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I can handle that.
It freaks
and so
them out.
they don't like that because
Yeah.
it makes them self-conscious because they're like, they're really doing it.
Exactly. And then they're like, well, why am I not doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
Why can't I speak my truth in that way? So
It's a
it
negative
triggers
projection.
them. And it's not even about you. It's
Yeah.
about them. So they unfollow because they can't handle it. And a lot of people are not ready to face the truth about the world, about anything. They'd rather be in their little bubble.
Ignorance is
which
bliss.
we were happier back then.
Yeah.
I was a completely different person before I knew about all this shit. But I'm still happy now. I just try to, you got to let go and surrender to the process.
What's the key to being happy? Seriously.
Okay, for me, surrendering to the process, because by now I thought I'd be making 50K months on TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
I thought...
I did a podcast about this.
Yeah. Yesterday I listened to your podcast about how, like, you need to give yourself credit for if you didn't get all of the things on your list for the day done, you still move the needle forward. And I have way too much on my plate that I put on my plate because I'm an entrepreneur. I have a bunch of different projects, and you can't be hard on yourself. You need to just accept where you're at in your journey. I got a lot better sales when I let go. I made my highest week ever after I let go and trusted I'm exactly on the right timing. So the key to being happy, all misery is rooted in not being content in the present.
Mm-hmm.
That is truly what it's about. So I was kind of miserable yesterday because I wasn't content with for a few hours, I was like, fuck, I'm never going to make it. I'm like, I have too many things I want to do. But then I later tapped back into my energy, you have to really connect with the earth, you guys, and really be in stillness, which is it's hard to be just sitting in stillness.
Yeah.
It's boring at first, but you need to become present and accept where you're at. That is how you can be truly happy, which is hard if you're in a shit situation. It can be hard, but you need to trust your journey.
I like that because so you yesterday lot of clerical stuff going on.
Yeah.
Dampening your energy,
Yeah.
your vibrational field goes down.
Yep.
You're in a low vibrational state.
Yes.
And then
Exactly.
new stimuli comes in, new cognition changes the vibe.
Yeah.
And then elevates you.
Yes.
So that's a live demonstration of a
Yes.
quantum leap.
Exactly. We're always shifting. Some people say we're always shifting timelines at every second.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I don't know the nuances of how quickly it can happen. I do know that, like, this whole vision. By the way, this vision board's
I
been
need to
slightly
make a vision
changed.
board.
We should do it together.
Yeah.
I'll help you. It'll
I
be
want to
really
make
fun.
one. I've always been meaning to make one.
Do it. But this has been slightly changed and altered over time. But I understand that everything can change instantly.
It
and
can.
like this could all come together
Yes.
in a matter of a weekend, even though I've been working on it for
Yes.
9 years.
Never underestimate how fast things can change.
Yes. So
one video can pop off like this and bring you 10K or
100%,
more, 100K.
100%.
There's no limit, you guys.
Yeah.
There's no limit, only what you place in your mind.
So I understand that, and I also understand how, like, if you judge yourself radically too hard on PQOs, like performance-based
Yeah.
metrics, which is output, okay? If you're input driven, not output driven, input being I do the work.
Focus on
I filmed
inputs.
20 videos today,
Yeah.
and my sales were down. I didn't make
Yeah.
much money, but I was productive.
Yes.
Versus, if the goal is to make $1,000 a day and you make
That is my
300,
goal.
then you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
sucks. But
Yeah.
if the goal is to do 10 pieces of content and you do 20, you're
Yeah.
like, dude,
Yes.
I'm fired up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really does change what you're focused on for sure.
Yes.
I see how that changes everything. You said something that I really loved, was that like to be sit in stillness, it's like low key kind of boring.
Yeah, oh my God.
Meditation, I've been meditating daily for 8 years.
Yeah.
People seem to think, and I want your take on this, how you meditate. People seem to think that like, oh, like I'm supposed to like slow my mind and like not have any more thoughts, and that's like not possible, and
Yeah.
then they give up on it and they never master the skill set, when in actuality, just like timelines, right? And how you're here, your past is here, whatever, and then there's an infinite branch
Yes.
coming out from here. Just like that, your thoughts are the same. Thoughts are coming in, you're grabbing a thought, and then you're looping that thought to the next thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to be good at meditating is to focus on the breath, so that you can not stop the thoughts, but what you can do is when you get a thought and you're going to when you get a thought, whatever that thought is, and then you get 10 more thoughts related to that thought, and then you pick one.
Yeah.
The goal of meditation is to get the thought and let it flow down the river. Instead of
Yes.
grab another thought off that
Yeah.
thought to keep the train going,
Yeah.
you slow it down.
Like, think of it like
how do
clouds.
you do it?
You got to think of it like clouds passing by and just let them go by without going down the rabbit hole of the thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so meditation, when I first started, it was guided meditations on YouTube. Do you ever do that?
I do it.
Yeah, that's what I almost prefer. But at nighttime is when I can finally lay in stillness, when there's less stimuli. Like the sun makes it hard for me to like truly tap in for some reason.
Still
I don't
to
know
this
why.
day, I sleep to solfeggio frequencies with I am affirmations over them.
Oh, I am is powerful.
Yes. So I program my So if you think about your mind as a computer, and your conscious awareness is your conscious awareness is the applications that are running. Your subconscious mind is the software program running it. And as you pass through theta, coming from upper states through alpha down into beta and through theta, you can actually rewrite the subconscious programming.
Yes.
What is the I am programming behind how you're operating.
Yep.
And you go through that twice a day as you come into sleep and as you wake up.
Yes.
So solfeggio frequencies are divine frequencies: 862 hertz, 963, 432, 532. By the way, 440 hertz is a
dysregulating.
Correct. It dysregulates you, and
they tune all of the mainstream music to that.
Yes, they do, which is so weird.
I'm sick of it because some of the mainstream, well, not super mainstream, but I like some of it.
Yeah, I
not
do too.
the super sketchy, like, I don't even want to name drop here, but like, you know what I think sucks is like Sexy Red. I think that is just like.
I'm not familiar with their music.
Just, I don't know. That's just, to me, is just such a bad example for.
You know what I hate? Because I love it so much. I love Lady Gaga's music.
No, wait. Well, actually, some of the old stuff.
I listen to like 3. I love the tune. I'll play it for you. But I listen to white girl music all the time, and that's what I get crazy pumps to. And I just get absolutely stimmed out of my mind on a gram of caffeine and go and listen to that music. It's awesome. It just makes me feel like I'm overmaxing in the gym. It's fire.
Yeah.
But when you read the lyrics of what these songs are about, 3 is literally talking about having a threesome with the apostles John, Mary, and
what?
Yeah, it's horrible stuff.
What?
It's
oh my god!
But the song sounds good.
See, that's what
but then
sucks
you
is
look
when
into
the
it
song
and you're
is
like,
good,
oh
but
my
you know
gosh,
it's bad. I'm like, oh.
It's really, really bad. So yeah, I hate that. But anyway, solfeggio frequencies. I sleep to this to program my subconscious mind so that I'm like operating at a higher level every day.
Yeah, when you first wake up is the best time to reprogram, and right before bed.
What do you think about journaling and planning, like time blocking, structuring your time, and then also before you go to sleep, brain dumping, the review of your day, so that you go to sleep in a more centered place.
So before bed, very important to journal. Now that's when I have started recently, actually programming my reality. I sit on the balcony, really tune into the earth and ground my energy down, and then I program my reality. It's like you tap into this I am presence where you can say like things before they happen. For example, before optometry school interviews years ago, that's when I first started, I would write, the interview went so perfect, I got accepted, and I got accepted to all of them. That's when back in like 2020. And so I think you have to start creating what you want by writing it out as if it's already happened.
Yeah.
And then when you fall asleep, imagine kind of like it's already done. And then when you wake up...
it's already done was one of my first monikers back in 2017 when I started all this.
It's already done. That's the most important thing to... I think the biggest hack is to know you have it all now, which is trippy. Because you look and you feel like you don't have it all physically.
You feel the lack because you don't see it in the 3D.
Yes, but we are more than the 3D. And this is a trippy concept. I'm still grasping it. But how we have it all because we're pure consciousness. And we don't need anything.
And the idea...
This is a game we're playing.
It is.
We're playing a game of I don't have it.
This is The Sims.
Yes. It's a game of I don't have it. And you need to like... It's like you have to tap into already having it to attract it.
Yeah.
I never thought I would hit like $100 days on TikTok Shop. And I started stepping into it already being done. And I programmed myself with abundance frequencies. And I played this video with this golden gate. And I started feeling I am value because I provide value. I am money. I am value. What is money? Is just an exchange of value because back in the day, like they didn't have money, so they would trade things. This is worth more than this.
Coins.
Yep, those motherfuckers. You would trade something because this is worth the value of giving this for that. Same with money. And so I walk around with the knowing I am value. I'm providing value with the products I sell, with the videos I make. And then all of a sudden I started hitting $100 days, $150 days. I made the most in a week I've ever made. Then guess what happened? Sales dipped because guess what I did? I went down rabbit holes. I started focusing on Israel. I started focusing on all of the shit in the world, and I started getting really fired up and making videos. Sales dipped. And now I'm tapping back into the abundance frequency again. I've started playing it again and letting go, because sales really, you have to accept that there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows.
What I grab from that is if we stop focusing, if we both stop looking at all the geopolitics of what's going on, we just lock into business.
I know, it's hard though.
Well, I think it's kind of feels like a moral obligation to help others like lock in.
Yeah, my recent videos have been, the world is a stage and we need to stop focusing on it, but I can't stop focusing on it because there's innocent people being affected. So if we can't turn a blind eye, but then some people argue that it's all a psyop to keep you from stepping into your power. But then how are you saying that's not real?
Yeah.
I don't resonate with that fully, but...
You know what triggered me in the last 30 days pretty hard? Going back to the whole like low effort content. So my method for social media, I do long form podcasts, motovlogs, all long form, one cut, very simple editing, no editing, and then clipping. And I just clip it in a vertical short form, cross post. Yep, I use opus.pro. Brand plug.
Yeah.
I have affiliate.
Do you have a link? I might need to resubscribe because my credit's excired, I think.
Yeah.
But I was using it, I would clip my YouTube and then...
Yo, low-key, that just means when you get a year, you just got to lock it. You got to know, you need to use it as an incentive to lock in.
In the year,
But anyway, so this is the methodology. And I made a moto vlog. And by the way, side tangent, but I want to talk about it. My first YouTube video that I made in 2017, right when I quit a thing that I did for a year before that, right when I got onto social media, okay, my first video ever, I was talking about, hey, I want to be a motovlogger. This is like my dream. I started motovlogging 3 months ago.
Wow.
It's been 9 years. What was I doing, bruh?
Procrastinating it. Similar to how I procrastinated starting my own podcast for years. It's been on my list of to do for years, and I'm going to start it.
Yes, you are. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you're coming on it.
Okay, fire. But so that, but also I made a vlog 2 weeks ago, going to the gym and then coming back from the gym, motovlogging, talking about, and by the way, my whole character, like, and it is a character. I have a mask on social media, and the character that I play is like super optimistic, positive, motivational guy.
Yeah.
And I made a 22-minute vlog talking about depression, but not. Okay, so I was framed. Here's the problem with clipping, right? Because AI auto grabs 15-second clips. Yep. I was talking about depression in the process as like, I've been doing this for 8 years and sometimes I don't feel the needle moving forward, even though I know it is, and on a long enough time horizon it is, but it's kind of demoralizing, and I'm isolated all the time by myself, and so I feel what other people would refer to as depression, but I don't stay sunk in it. And one of the clips that made it sound like I'm a miserable sack of shit went super viral and got 500,000 views. And everyone's like, bro, I feel the same, bro. We should just start rope maxing, bro. I'm like, bro, you've got the wrong...
500,000 on what platform?
Instagram.
No way.
Yeah,
on your personal?
Yeah, I got over 1 million views in the last 30 days. Yeah, don't watch it. But I was like, bro, like this sucks because like... You don't have the context to understand what I'm talking about because you just got this 15-second clip that makes it sound like I'm super depressed, which is like,
just make a caption. Look at the full.
That's what I did. Editorial note. I pinned it, and I'm like, go watch the vlog, bro.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that sucks about social media, but also that's the negative side. The positive side of that coin is, if you get good at rage baiting. Negative comments are still comments.
Yeah.
Like if you're triggering people, like I don't wear gloves, and almost all of my content, people are like, you're gonna die. Get some gloves. Man spent all his money on an expensive motorcycle, can't afford gloves. Like, bro, I have gloves, bro. I just don't wear them. So it's hilarious. So you rage bait, and you get engagement, and then you grow faster.
That's
and then more people that like you will find you.
Yes.
That methodology works.
Yep. Same with TikTok Shop. If you want to rage bait people to
say a word slightly wrong.
The hook has to be huge.
Yeah, say a word slightly wrong, spell something wrong. Yeah. And then everyone's in the comments like, oh, I'm smarter than you. And it's like, are you?
Yeah, literally.
Because I just made $1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyways.
I'm excited to see where TikTok Shop takes me because
I'm excited too.
It's all starting to click how to convert, how to apply viral elements and buyer psychology while helping people in choosing aligned products.
Yeah.
You have to be passionate about the product. They say you should sell yourself on the product first.
Okay.
Grant Cardone said that. I need to sell myself fully on the product to convert better,
100%.
which I think makes a lot of sense because it'll show.
I like that. I think you're more locked in on TikTok Shop than I am. I've been more focused on Amazon.
This year I have been.
And I need to re-lock in. You're inspiring me to re-lock in.
Yeah, I'm trying to do 6 posts a day now. I started scheduling posts out. So my plan is to have them so far scheduled out that it's like weeks scheduled out.
But if you could if you needed a rest day.
Yeah. So I'm implementing that. I just started that yesterday.
Okay.
And it was nice because I woke up and there was already posts. I had one scheduled at 4:45 a.m.
Nice.
And it's like, okay, I already have these posts scheduled. I don't have to worry about it. And then you just keep building on that. And it's just automated. And I love that. Like right now, I'm making money. I'm making sales. Every day I have sales. And it's crazy. And it's not, I'm not scaled to where I want to be yet, but there's limitless potential.
You have to honor the journey.
Yeah.
Because what would the highs be worth if you didn't feel the lows?
Exactly. And most people give up right before they make it big. Right before I hit my $100 days, I almost gave up.
Wait, that's a gambling phrase, bro.
Wait, what?
Bro, every gambler that's ever lost big was one win away, bro. You just had to play one more time, bro. No, keep going.
No, I mean, you know what I mean, though? It's like most people give up before the good part.
Yes, that's true.
I almost truly gave up before I hit my highest week ever. I was doubting myself.
Yes.
And I think TikTok Shop is really a mind game. It's almost like sometimes they'll make your lows viewer on purposely to see who can push through that. A lot of people in the TikTok Shop community, we say they're testing us.
200 view jail.
Yeah. They say TikTok's testing you to see if you'll keep posting or if you'll stop.
Yes.
So you can't give up even when the views are low.
All right, I gave up, so I've got to not
give
up
anymore. You
anymore.
gotta lock back in.
I bet. That's awesome.
You asked about time blocking. I actually just started doing that where I'm blocking out every hour of my day, and it actually has worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Except sometimes it
What's
doesn't
the
go
methodology
perfect.
behind it? Like, do you split it into, do you do different segments based on, like, the type of task load? Or, like, how do you do it?
Well, given that I've been doing it for less than a week, I'm not a pro,
fresh
what I am trying to do is I want to start, like, doing specific time for editing. I hate editing.
Okay.
It's so tedious to make the cuts quick and to make the right, like, you want to have a really good text hook and all of that. So I want to time block edit time at a coffee shop, going somewhere where there's a vibe, filming time, product research, and like just studying sales, because you never stop studying sales. I feel like you just should always keep reading and learning all of that. So that's what I'm going to try to do is break it up.
I think something really important to note that you touched on with like the whole TikTok Shop, we said super easy, like you can lock in, but it's product market research, it's filming, it's production, it's post editing, post scheduling. So these are a bunch of small skills inside the large umbrella that is it, and none of it's each individual thing. None of it is particularly challenging.
No.
But it's nuanced and it's particular and time consuming.
Yeah.
So
it is a mental trip.
Yes. That's awesome. I want you to get super tactical because you just sort of touched it. You have a text hook, you have a visual hook. What's the framing? Because I've done a bunch of videos on user-generated content.
Yeah.
User-generated content's a big umbrella, and then there's micro videos there's high-volume UGC, there's product reviews, there's top-of-funnel, and then there's TikTok Shop content, which because of the platform's relevant, right? So you have to TikTok Shop content's different than a product review on Amazon.
Yeah.
What is the archetype or the framework of a successful TikTok Shop video?
It's funny you brought up top of funnel because I actually wanted to try bottom of funnel recently, but I decided not to because they're banning a lot of people.
They ban accounts for that.
So what I do, like you're asking kind of how I structure my videos.
Yes.
So I want to start with an insane hook. For example, the one where I said, put the vape down, pick the tree up. You have to stop the scroll.
Yes, because
people have the dopamine they're fried.
So with Amazon, user-generated content on the Amazon affiliate program, I'm putting a product review on a product page that someone clicked on a shopping platform.
They're already interested.
They're interested in buying it. They just want to see someone with it hands-on.
Wow,
TikTok,
I should do that.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you on it,
yeah.
right? But TikTok, like you said,
they're going to
it's a social media platform. They're trying to find entertainment, not be sold.
Yes, so you have to fuse selling with entertainment, and you need to stop the scroll by it's good to be controversial. It's good to say out-of-pocket
How controversial?
Things. I mean, I'm trying to experiment with that.
You're too controversial.
Yeah, I'm getting banned left and right. I got banned on TikTok Shop one time, but I got it back. It was like, I don't know why that
How'd you win the appeal?
I had Media Labs help me. Media Labs plug.
Brand plug.
So
drop the affiliate link.
just like, you gotta start with the craziest hook, and then you want to sell the dream, not necessarily be talking about all the benefits. You kind of want to like tap into the emotions of the buyer. People are emotional buyers, and
Yes,
so
they
I'm
are.
learning that you need to. And I'm not a pro at TikTok Shop yet, you guys. I'm still really learning how to convert. But you got to tap into the emotions. The Life Force 8. Have you heard of that? Have you read Cashvertising?
No, but
You got to read that. It's a good book. It's the Life Force 8 is what drives people. Like all of the things like, desire for loved ones and to protect family and enjoyment of food and beverages. And I forgot what all of them are. I need to read the book again. But I'm in the process of reading that and applying those to the sales. So then at the end, you want to like have a call to action. So in the middle, I'm kind of experimenting with different things, but you're kind of selling the transformation. It's really good to do before and afters. Problem solution. If you can solve a problem and hit the pain points, hitting pain points is what really drives people to buy. Tap that into psychology of like the Life Force 8. Like that's why TikTok Shop is a little harder than I think people realize when it comes to converting. Because if you're going to make a quality video that converts well, you got to fuse all of these things together. And the top of 1% affiliates, every word has a purpose.
Yes.
I'm right now not scripting, and I need to try it, but I like to just let things flow. And I converted without a script, but the top affiliates, every single word is really orchestrated, hitting those pain points, the buyer psychology, the call to action. You got to use scarcity, urgency, all of that. So I am, in the process of like scaling my shop, but
I'm no expert either, but there is education in Media Labs. And one thing that's the methodology that works for basically across the board for all umbrellas of UGC is basically the whole methodology of throw spaghetti at the wall until something sticks.
Yeah.
It's a volume game.
Yes.
Like with the first 10 videos you do are probably going to be cringy, they're going to suck, and they're going to convert poorly.
Yeah.
But you don't have enough qualitative and quantitative data and metrics to track to know what's working for you and your platform and your brand and the products you're choosing until you've posted enough to have data to look at and go, okay, this worked, this didn't. And then you can refine and improve and adapt.
Yeah, everyone's different. Instead of a lot of people try to copy the top 1% affiliates, but you got to find what works for you. I think the architect method is a method where you take pieces of other people's videos and you architect your own script. I kind of want to try that. I kind of tried it with this. I'm selling a shower filter where I show chlorine. I do test drops with chlorine and the water turns yellow. And then I do my shower filter and it doesn't turn yellow. I got that idea from someone else, but I need to script the rest of it. I've sold a few, but everything, what works for you. I like what you said, just throw and see what sticks. For example, the put the vape down, pick the tree up. I've recreated that many times. I went viral a second time with it. I've went semi-viral a few times, but one's at 250,000 views with the same hook.
That's
and you
fire.
refine it. And that one, even though it's 250,000 views, the other one's almost 1 million. The 250,000 converted better because I refined what the first spaghetti brought me.
Ethan did that with the quarter zips.
Yeah.
He has 4 videos, all converted well, and they all are almost identical, but they are nuanced and different, but they're very similar, and they all worked.
Yep.
I like that. It's like, it's A/B testing is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I just really want to lock in more than ever because it's such life-changing money, and that's the thing is...
And it's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like Oracle?
Nope.
I'm
banned.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry.
No, I literally, like, I wonder if they have it out to get me enough to, like, try to ban my shop. I don't think...
No.
Sometimes that's a fear I have, but I'm like, no, I'm not on that timeline.
You don't post the same type of stuff over there.
Exactly. But at one point I was like, what if they hate me so much for like roasting them that they're going to go to that extreme? But I don't know, they're not. It's just like one of my own little like, because I don't like to live in fear, but it's not even a fear. It's just a thought I have that I dismiss. I'm like, no.
Fear-based thoughts of the devil,
yeah, I try to not ever have fear about anything because then you're a slave to Satan.
You're buying into it.
Satan uses fear. And so technically if you live in fear, you are like letting yourself live by Satan instead of trusting God. There was a girl that made a video recently on Instagram I reposted where she said, aren't you scared to talk about Israel? And she's like, no, my money does not come from Israel. I come from, my money comes from God.
Bro.
She's like, I'm not scared of Israel. You think that I'm going to put Israel above God? And I love that.
Want to know something crazy?
Of course.
Okay, you might not know this. You know, Judas sold out Jesus to the high
Yeah.
priest for 30 pences of silver, right?
I didn't know for 30
It
pence.
was 30 pences of silver. Accounting for, okay, and so you know the initiative about 6 months ago where if you post pro-Israel stuff, they'll give you $7,000?
Yeah, and then they...
And by the way, there's a lawsuit going
Yeah,
on right now because they didn't pay.
Didn't pay him.
That money was promised to them 3,000 years ago.
Who's surprised that they didn't pay?
Yes, but
those idiots, whoever did that is retarded.
Bro, it's hilarious. But here's what's interesting: 30 pence of silver, going back to Messianic period during Jesus' time, accounted for inflation, is about $7,100.
What?
Isn't that
That's
fucking crazy?
What are the odds? They did that.
They
There's
did
no
it on
coincidence.
purpose,
There's
bro.
no coincidence. Because they're like selling. That's insane.
It's the same choice that Judas had with Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
I didn't know
weird,
that.
right?
Yeah, no coincidences.
No coincidences.
That's fucking crazy.
It is. Yeah, we live in a 3D hologram.
We do.
Controlled by the devil.
Yeah, which is, it's the sad truth. A lot of people don't want to face. And, you know, there's the illusion, like, oh, I mean, it's a beautiful earth.
Yeah.
You can go and you can drive around. You can go to beaches, but
we sound like we need to just go touch grass.
yeah,
That's
it's
what we
like
need to do.
that's the thing about being a schizo is you see too much where other people can live without caring about what's really going on, and then I can't. I mean, I'm fine. I'm finding my way to harmonize it and feel okay with what's going on like the best that I can, but it's hard to not want to make a difference and speak up about this.
But speaking up about it attracts you to people that do know that they're on the same wavelength.
Yep. Or on one platform, or you can get banned on the other platform. But you gotta. I think that being banned shows that you're on the right track.
Yeah. Mutual. Okay. So what is it called? The mutual exchange of energy. So like that happening, the ban might pull a lever that some other, like one video on Instagram goes mega viral, and then so it was ultimately a net good thing because your attention wouldn't have been over there at the same time.
I do trust
Something
the
like
ban
that.
was divinely, orchestrated, as delusional as that could sound. I think it happens for a reason, and it's sad to lose that account because it has so many.
That was your personal brand.
Yes, it shows my journey when I first started. It shows how I was a different person in 2022, and it shows me becoming who I am now, where I'm so much more tapped in. It shows my journey of how I got here, kind of, because I was looking crazy back then, but I was vulnerable, showing all of those parts, and it's gone.
You want to know an interesting thing that it's a phenomenon I'm still dealing with currently. It was only in November that I started building my KBB, my knowledge-based business, selling my mentorship. And so I was recrafting and rebranding my highlights, which I've been posting highlights and creating them for 9 years on Instagram. So it's like my journey. It shows the development cycle of my life. And I was trying to like archive stuff to like change it from like a personal brand where it's just like fun stuff to like they're actually kind of funnels.
Yeah.
And I had like a weird like ego attachment to like them being there because it's like, well, if I hide this, then like my credibility of like who I've become and like how tough the journey was to be who I am today, it won't be like well documented or publicly accessible, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, because that's like irrelevant. That's the only ego. I still haven't deleted all those things yet. I still need to fix that. But
I feel that though.
Losing a personal brand sucks, especially after putting years and years of time and attention and energy into it.
Somehow I'm actually fine with it though. It's weird because I was preparing.
Yeah.
I already knew it was coming.
You're funneling people over to Instagram.
They literally kept
I connected with you on Instagram,
me.
not TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you were a lot bigger on TikTok.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. What video? I don't even remember.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I kept getting violations. I would post recently on TikTok, it would instantly get a violation. My video about Kim Jong-un, instant violation.
Love
Same
that
with,
guy.
Yeah, literally, he's so sweet. Look
He's
at
so
it, look at that little
cute.
face. Look, and his daughter. I have an Instagram video right now that's getting comments a lot still to this day of people arguing about it. But,
bickering works.
Yeah. And so I think, I might be able to get the account back. I got it back the first time I got banned by spam. Yeah, I spammed them every day on this email. But I don't really want to chase it like that. I'm just going to kind of, maybe it's best to start fresh. I don't know. It's fine. Like, it's not, I'm still me, I'm going to do what I do. The numbers don't matter.
I think starting the podcast, starting the clipping, and then rebranding, I think you'll just blow up.
Yeah.
I honestly think you're going to blow up.
Knowing how to provide value better because I have more value to provide than I used to.
Yeah.
It is sad though because 12K followers took me a while to get, but it's not about the followers, it's about the impact and how many people I'm actually helping realize things. And I'm not for everyone. I'm not like there's not.
That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But the ones I am for that I'm helping, I love like that I can make a difference.
Yeah.
Like someone yesterday commented something that like I almost didn't post something, but I realized you never know who you can help.
Yeah.
So I just really let go of the numbers.
It's super hard to quantify. I said this earlier. It's really hard to quantify the scale of impact you're making until it reverberates and bounces back to you.
Yeah.
Like a guy, literally 2 weeks ago, a guy I went to high school with reached out to me and he's like, bro, I've been watching you for 7 years. Like I started a business, a pool cleaning business that I started because I was inspired by your journey. Like you're my inspiration.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, bro, that's crazy,
that's
bro.
Amazing. See, we don't know how much people we affect. I got a text from someone random saying like, you are killing it. And like, I had no idea this person was even watching my videos. Like you never know who's watching, and most people won't like them, which is fine. They don't need to like them, but you don't know how many people are truly watching.
Yeah, I've been I've been batch posting my moto vlogs one a day, but I'm actually like the one I posted today was from October 22nd.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm way behind.
Yeah.
But that's actually good. Like I'm batch uploading.
Yeah, you got hella.
But the one that I posted today was it was about the. Oh, I lost it. All right, never mind. I don't know.
We never got to this, but.
Do you want to talk about it? I'm fearful.
We don't have to.
Well, see, here's my problem.
Messed up stuff to say.
I've posted some of this stuff, and when I talk about it, because they put captions over everything, and I've talked about these things before, and the last time I talked about some of these scriptures from the Talmud, I got threatened to be banned. It was a TikTok video that got instantly deleted because I was saying this stuff. I think.
This is a vibe, isn't it? You see this with the Talmud pulled up.
No.
But yeah, I know what you. Yeah, it's.
I think the best thing we can do is like go look at read the Talmud.
You guys go look at it.
And
yourself.
actually, it says not on these lists of things, but it says any Gentile or goy that pries into the law is guilty of death and they should be killed. And it also there's another one that says. If the Gentiles and Goyim knew what we teach and say about them, they would kill us openly.
Yep.
They I mean.
Right there. It's right there.
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Look into it, guys.
Yeah. So, man, tangent train of thought's hard to follow, but what you said, it related to my podcast from today. But it's just weird because like what's weird about it, I don't remember the exact topic of conversation, but what's weird, it was filmed 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yet patterns that are like topics of discussion that come up relate directly to the topic that I was speaking of 6 months prior. And like I hear it and then I'm like, yo, I said that, and then it's relating to my life today.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah,
right?
No coincidence.
It's a synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is lovely. And do you think we rendered useful service to our fellow man today?
I think so, because we expose things that a lot of people don't know about that I hope wakes them up to things that can, then ultimately you can improve your life.
Yeah.
When you know these things.
I think we crushed it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, do you have one little tidbit, like just one wisdom key for someone that is working on, or maybe feel self-diagnosed as a wandering generality and they want to become a meaningful specific?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you could go to my link in bio to my free guide to divine alignment. It's like a whole system that helps you tap into your energy and then figure out what you want to do if you want to start going down the path of your true calling. But the more time you spend in stillness, the more you honestly like connect with God, the divine spark within you. And also ground your energy, like go outside, just try to go more within. That's where you're going to get all of the direction you need when you do that. And gratitude as well.
Gratitude,
have you
platitude,
heard of
latitude, longitude.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
I'd say that. I don't know why.
I like
autism.
That. I'm going to start using that.
Okay.
Autism. I saw on the way here, the Victory Autism Academy. I was like, there's our bus. But yeah, I think gratitude, because some say gratitude is the currency of the manifestation world. God wants to give to those who are grateful. So really be grateful for what you have, even if you don't feel like you have anything to be grateful for. Like, you actually have so much more to be grateful for than you think. So
That's
I think,
true.
Yeah, I need to tap into gratitude more, because sometimes when I do, like recently I was in tears. When you truly,
Gratitude tears.
and gratitude tears, and I need to do it more because some days I try to every day, but.
Do you know the big fat black preacher named T.D. Jakes?
No.
Okay, he's awesome.
I want to though.
Yeah, he's the best. But every day for 4 years, I have it saved on my phone, but it's also on YouTube. It's called Hold the Vision, and it's a 10-minute sermon by T.D. Jakes. And every day for 4 years, without fail, I would go touch grass, meditate, and listen to this sermon. And every day, still to this day, I did it 2 weeks ago. I don't do it every day, but 2 weeks ago, every time I do it, I get the whole time I get full body angel bumps, and I start bawling my eyes out, sheer tears of gratitude.
Send me that.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But
that's amazing.
This is awesome. And we're definitely going to have to do another part 2. Maybe more focused on, well, actually, we kind of did a good delicate balance of like touching everything.
We'll have to see what we think is the next topics.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you'll have to come on mine. I'm excited. I'm going to be finally starting my podcast.
You did episode 1, yeah?
Yeah, not yet. I'm going
Come on,
to.
you told me.
I know, but then shop yesterday.
I know it happens.
Yeah, that's the thing is I have too many things I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to get my Aura Maxing course done. It's just, I tried to make an app the other week.
You know what you need?
With AI. Ugh.
You need to get a Mac Mini and build a open source OpenClaw using Anthropic to make an AI agent.
That would be sick.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I love that. That little Mac.
It's gonna.
How long is that gonna take to build?
I don't know. I'm kind of retarded, so I'm non-technical, and you have to code it.
What do you mean you're non-technical? I thought you're really technical.
Well, by non-technical, I mean I'm not a software developer. I can't code.
Oh, I thought you kind of did. Okay.
I vibe code. I'm Tony Stark, okay, or maybe more like Tony Stank.
Yeah.
I can. So I'm non-technical in the way that like. Once it's built, it can program itself, but as you're building it, you have to debug and decode it. It could take me anywhere from a week to 2 months to get it fully functioning and running. I don't know. There is a workshop happening in Scottsdale in like 2 weeks that I'm probably going to go to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But the sooner it's up, the better.
So what will it do for you?
Everything. Everything. I can literally... You teach it skills, right? And you can run through SOPs to teach it things. And so like basically I can voice command it, talk to it through iMessage, and I can tell it, hey, Jarvis, Adrenaline Power Sports down the road, they're a motorcycle shop. Find their website, redo the UI UX, make them a new website, create them a landing page and a funnel, connect to their Facebook pixel, and run them ads. And it'll literally, I can just tell it to do that, and it'll literally do all of it, and then an hour later it'll be like, all right, it's all done.
No way.
I'm dead serious.
So I could do that and just like anything.
You can do
freelance
anything.
Work for people.
Freelance work. You can start a social media marketing agency. You can. So with Amazon, you can't do AI content, but it can do. It can edit.
Oh.
It can do all the back-end cross-posting and scheduling. It can edit.
Would it
teach it to edit?
No way.
Yes.
Do you know that would be the biggest thing in my life? So you're saying I could just be doing the yapping filming and it could edit TikTok?
Yes.
How could it edit TikTok?
But you can connect
TikTok
it.
App?
No. You connect it to CapCut.
Okay.
And then so
no way.
Yeah. No, I'm telling
That's
you.
a glitch.
I'm telling you. It's literally it's Jarvis.
Okay.
I'm gonna build Jarvis.
How much do you
or I'm
need
gonna build
to...
the Terminator. I don't know. But like the cat's out of the bag already.
Yeah.
So
How much will it cost if someone wanted to build their own? How much do they need to invest?
Okay, so a Mac Mini is $600 for the base model.
Oh.
And then from there, Anthropic's lowest subscription's $20 a month.
Okay.
Or you'll probably want to get the $100 a month because you get more API calls. And then after that, it really depends on how much throughput you're doing, like how much you're querying and how much intensive stuff. Like clipping up short form content on CapCut and then exporting and then sending it to a Google Drive, very low, API token cost. Whereas like redoing UI UX of a whole website that has like really, really nice 3D graphics, that might be a little more costly. So could cost anywhere, I've been doing a lot of research on this, could cost anywhere between $20 a month to function and run and operate, especially if you're running it locally. Or it could be up to a couple $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Of
yeah,
operational
depending on
costs.
how many. Yeah.
But I mean, if you're using it and you're running a business that's making $40K a month net, who cares if it costs $4,000?
Yeah, that's like
it's
you
an army.
Sometimes have to invest in things like that.
So that's what my next thing is because
that's exciting.
My current problem, so time, money, and energy constraints or systems constraints.
Yeah.
Money's not the problem. Time feels like the problem with all the backlog, but it's not time because it's systems.
Yeah.
So and this will fix the systems.
See, systems for me is an issue. I need to get the proper systems in place.
You know what the problem is? We have, all jokes aside, I know when we make jokes that we have autism.
Yeah.
What we actually probably have is ADHD. And the analogy of pots on the stove, if you have 15 pots on the stove and
Yeah.
you're trying to cook 15 things
That's
and
me
boil
right
all
now.
of them,
Yeah.
nothing's ever going to come to
Yeah.
a boil. Okay?
Yeah. That's exactly
So
it.
Sean Cannell rhymes with YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber that does YouTube training education to build a personal brand on YouTube. He uses the acronym FOCUS, which is follow one course until successful.
That's what I'm doing with shop right now. Finally.
Exactly. So it's like
For the first time, one thing.
you can do anything, but you can't do everything.
Yeah.
And so but you can do everything, just not at the
Yeah.
start. So it's go deep before you go
Yes.
wide.
That's exactly it. For the first time in my life right now, I'm finally locked in on shop. I kind of took a break from aura maxing and everything else to finally, and
you're
that's when I
still
started
aura maxing so
scaling.
hard.
Yeah, it's like I am aura maxing. You got to become it. But like I haven't filmed any of my courses. I have some modules I already filmed months ago. But ADHD, I don't think, for me, I think it's, for people like us, ADHD, I think is you have so much potential energy that wants to flow in all these different ways that, because I can lock in if I care about something.
Yes.
So is that really ADHD? But I got prescribed Adderall when I was younger.
I knew you were about to say. I knew you were
Well,
going to say
in
that.
college. My
Yes.
parents never took me, but
Are you familiar? Because you're a doctor, you're an eye doctor, but are you familiar with the chemical compound of Adderall?
oh yeah,
You know it's one
Yeah,
chemical strain
it's
away from
literally-
methamphetamine.
basically meth.
It's meth's baby
Yeah.
cousin.
yeah. And I miss taking Adderall. I'm not gonna lie.
Adderall's
I
low-key lit.
I locked the
But
fuck in with that, but
it does lock you
the
in.
come down was horrible. I quit.
It does lock you in, but it's not good because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what ADHD or attention deficit disorders actually are a superpower when honed correctly because
is.
like when you lock into Adderall, say you have 4 screens
Yeah.
and you have 15 tabs open. On not medication, you can literally. On not medication, you can easily multitask on a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
With Adderall or Vyvanse, you like super dialed in on
Yeah.
one thing, but you're doing one
Yeah.
thing, and it takes away your ability to be an autodidact.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm a polymath autodidact. Do you know what those words are?
No.
Okay,
I
so
could kind of dissect them and figure it out though.
yes. Okay, so autodidact is someone who is self-taught, self-education,
Okay,
and
yeah.
is like the whole adage of master of one,
Oh, yeah.
or master
Jack
of
of-
Jack of all trades, master of none, but always greater than the master of one. People
Yeah.
say the first half, but they don't know the back half.
Yeah.
And so I believe, like if we used MMORPG analogies like RuneScape, if you're level 99 in fishing, but your crafting is level 1, like low-key you suck.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're level 80 in every skill set,
Yeah.
you're way more proficient than the guy that's level 99 in fishing.
Yeah.
So I think it's better to be an autodidact, which is someone who's fully self-taught and super proficient across a
Yes.
wide variety of things. And a polymath is someone who is sort of an idiot savant, but just in everything. An idiot savant's usually someone who is super laser dialed in on one thing, like for
Yeah.
example, like doing a Rubik's Cube
Yeah.
and being able to solve that in 30 seconds.
I've never been able to be locked in on one thing in my life.
Yeah, and who cares? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because you're good at a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and you so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I remember I've heard, I think my dad was saying, like, like if you never focus on one thing, you'll only be semi-good at all these things. Like, for example, music. Like, I want to lock in on that, too. It's like there's not enough time, which I don't want to, like, say that and, like,
Do we
live
have
with the
time?
mindset of,
Do we have time?
I mean,
Or is time just passing through us?
yeah, technically time is an illusion, and so I don't want to, like, even say things out loud like I don't have enough time because it's what you do with your time. Everyone has the same hours in a day, so I'm trying to build the systems right now. For example, scheduling shop posts ahead of time.
Yes.
Or things like that where you build your thing to optimize your business.
Yes.
So that's really important for me right now is just really getting my shit together on shop, and then I can do other things.
In 2017, this is a huge thing that people need to know. 2017, when I first became meaningful, specific, and set a definite aim for my life, I saw the end, and like the dream life that I wanted to live. I didn't realize that I was signing myself up for a bunch of clerical garbage that I hate.
I hate the clerical stuff.
I don't want to do
horrible.
any of this stuff.
I
bro.
can't stand that stuff.
Like I wanted to not work a job anymore, so I got myself 85 different jobs.
Literally.
Bro. It's the
Literally.
worst.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
yeah, the journey and the struggle of bridging the gap from where you are to where you want to be is arduous,
Yeah.
but it's definitely worth it. Like, what else are you gonna do?
It's so worth it to, like, do something for your own business versus making someone else richer.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a lot of work. Like when I launched, my website, my digital products, not only are you making the product, you're doing the landing page, you're copywriting, you're doing everything. You're setting up the way to collect money through, like, Stripe, all of that. There's so much that goes into it, and then you're doing the marketing, and you're everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You've got to wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
And that's why it's important to get a mentor, someone who's walked the path you're trying to walk. And it's important to not try to do everything yourself, but delegate and automate. Yeah. Because as much as perfectionism makes us want to hold on to everything, there are other people that are specialized in certain things you're not as good at. Yeah. Like you're 80%, they're 100%. So give it to them. It's off your plate. You can do other stuff that you enjoy more. So yes, that's a huge key for becoming successful in whatever path you choose to pursue.
Yeah, guys, don't give up on your dreams. You got to just push through the hard part. It'll be worth it.
Thank you for coming on. I think this genuinely, I'm not even glazing. I think this is the best podcast episode I've ever done.
Wow, I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. I love what we talked about.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk these things out loud because usually I'm just talking it out loud on camera or just in my head thinking, what the fuck is this world?
It's hard to rationalize that there's other people as crazy as you out there.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's very rare that I come across people who can talk about this kind of stuff and on this same level of understanding.
Yeah, but we still got to brain rot a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we still are human.
Yeah.
And just living the journey. Got to enjoy where you're at, guys. Bring joy back to things. I feel like we got to bring joy back as much as we can. I'm trying to bring joy to the little things. You know what I mean?
I need to do better at that.
It's hard because every day can feel the same, but you need to bring joy and gratitude into it. It's like every day you're just trying to undo the programming and brainwashing to shift your mind to, you know what I mean? It's tough though.
100%.
You can't have every day be perfect. I think we need to let go of that, thinking that every day is going to be a certain way, accept that maybe some days you won't feel 100%, but it's part of the journey.
Amen. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Marianne Serbyn. Absolutely fantastic. Follow her on all social platforms. We'll go ahead and drop those. They'll be below.
Yeah, hopefully maybe I'll be unbanned on TikTok by the time you guys see this. Hey, I set intentions that I'll get my account back. So
Amen. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Bye, everyone.